Welcome, high school football fans, to the High School OT Game of the Week presented by Alpaca Peruvian Chicken. We are here in Raleigh, North Carolina, featuring two of the top 10 teams in the state. Number 6, Mallard Creek has made the trip up here to the capital city to face number 4, Cardinal Gibbons. It's a clash of the city of Oaks and the Queen City, two teams that were scheduled to meet last year but never did because of weather. Gibbons actually took the bus all the way down Interstate 85 and did not get off that bus because of the lightning in the area that persisted for the next 3 hours. Tonight, the skies are clear. It's a warm 82 degrees, and we are excited to get going. I am J. Mike Blake. Joining me on this broadcast behind the camera, we've got Zach Adams, and joining me as color analyst tonight is Tyler Clark. Tyler, you've seen Gibbons. You're familiar with Mallard Creek. What matchups are you kind of looking at this evening?
I'm looking for the battle in the trenches tonight. The game that I covered for Gibbons was against Southern, and Gibbons' offensive line struggled a little bit. They had a few penalties holding-wise, and Mallard Creek's got some big boys up, so it's exciting to see what we got tonight in the trenches.
Yeah, absolutely. Mallard Creek, one of the best offensive lines in the state, one of the best defensive lines in the state. They enter tonight's contest as they are about to get the coin toss started here. They entered tonight's contest with a 3-1 record. The only loss was to nationally ranked Grayson out of Georgia. Now, that was a bad loss. That was a 63-13 loss, but some issues in the kicking game kind of doomed them early. And there's nothing wrong with testing yourself against a team like that early in their season, right? For Gibbons, they played also an out-of-state team. They snapped a long winning streak by Maury out of Virginia back in week 2. Mallard Creek also has a win against one of the best teams out of Virginia, a 3-0 win at Warwick. So both teams have played some of the best teams out of that Hampton Roads, Norfolk, 757 area code that is so talent-rich, and both teams have won those games. And then tonight, we should see just a fantastic battle. So tonight, some of the featured players, Tyler, you've seen Gannon Jones. He's the quarterback for Gibbons. He's committed to Wake Forest University. What makes him so special?
Gannon can really do anything that you want him to do. He can run, he can pass. He's got the vision. He may be small, but he can see everything on the field before it even happens.
That is so true. I think the pre-snap reads that he makes are a big reason why tonight he needs about 48 yards to go over the 6,000-yard mark for his career. He's already the Gibbons all-time leading passer. Then on the Mallard Creek side, you have 3 offensive linemen who are already getting Power 5 looks as sophomores. So when you have a size matchup like that, Tyler, you're a lineman. Tell me, what are some things Gibbons can do to try to counteract the size that Mallard Creek has up front on both offensive and defensive lines?
For Gibbons' offensive line, I would definitely recommend double teams on the bigger guys, interior-wise, and get outside as fast as possible and as much as possible. And offensive line-wise, you know, hold on and pray for the best.
Hold on and pray for the best. Well, we are just about getting ready to see each team running through their, well, I guess not running through a tunnel necessarily, but running through the tunnel of cheerleaders on either side. About a minute away from kickoff. Mallard Creek, again, ranked 6 in the high school OT top 25. That ranks all the teams, every classification, every association. Cardinal Gibbons ranked 4th, as Gibbons is now taking the field. And so is Mallard Creek. Mallard Creek also ranked as the number 3 team in all of 8A, behind only Huff and West Charlotte. So again, these two teams are in different classifications this year. Last year, they were both 4A. We have doubled the number of be a good one, and it's one that makes both teams better going into their conference play. Now, Gibbons, their conference necessarily, like, not quite, they're getting a little more competition or non-conference than here. But you looked at that Mallard Creek conference schedule, Tyler, and you said, oh my gosh, like this beginning of the week-to-week test that they've got to make, right?
It's like a gauntlet almost. They first start off with West Charlotte,
yeah.
Then North Meck, they get a bye week, a break, before they go into the real gauntlet with Independence, Butler, and Chambers. So this is going to be a really good test and a really good measuring stick for the rest of their season.
Yeah, Mallard Creek's conference is called the MEC Power 6, and that's a pretty fitting name. Five of those 6 schools have won state titles in the last 20 years. And the only one that hasn't is North MEC, and they're the basketball powerhouse. So we are just about ready to get underway. Kicking this off for Cardinal Gibbons, it looks like number 88, Evan Windley. He was the HighSchoolOT All-State selection last year. Tyler, you know a little bit something about making the HighSchoolOT All-State team.
I do. Back in my day in 2023.
Not too long ago at all.
I was a 2-way All-State member.
Quite the honor to be playing both ways.
I agree.
Mallard Creek in that game against Grayson. Again, we know Grayson is all sorts of talented. But it was mistakes on special teams like muffing. So Mallard Creek will be starting off at its own 20. He took over for Perry Justice early in that Week 1 victory against Rollsville and has not given it up yet. Player to watch, number 7, he's on the near side of your screen, Khalil Price, the senior. He's a track star, and you're going to see that speed on the outside tonight. He's matched up with Gibbons' own track star, number 7, Xavier Hassan. Shotgun formation for the Mavericks. It's a give to one of their talented running backs, and with some room to run, first down and then some. That, with a strong carry on first play of the game, is Joshua Person, excuse me.
About a 20-yard run there as well.
No huddle. It's out to the 39. Screen pass to the receiver. Not going anywhere on that one. Good play made on that tackle by Xavier Hassan. Tyler, what'd you see not developing there? That is going to knock him back 2 yards.
Xavier just read it all the way through. He got through the block and he just made the play.
Again with the no huddle. Getting slippy through the line of scrimmage. We do have a flag down. That looks like they have a pair of running backs they like to use. Actually, no, that was Cheeseborough on the carry. That's in the direction of holding. And it will indeed move them back 10 more yards. So a 2nd and 22 coming up here. So last year, actually, they declined the penalties to bring up 3rd and long. Do you like that decision there?
I think it was a really smart decision rather than giving them an extra down. Coach Wright with another smart decision, and you'll see him make all throughout the night.
Kind of continuity. Continuity. Let me find the word. Continuity to the position. Cheeseburger's back to pass. Over the middle of the field and caught. Caught by who else but Khalil Price. We mentioned it earlier. They've got a first down.
That is going to be the matchup to watch. 7-on-7 should be an exciting one all night.
Good yardage there on first down. And maybe Tyler, have you seen a little bit of that blocking advantage that we thought we would see before the game?
Not as much as that. The quarterback's been pressured a lot, it looks like. And
no guys here, Edmond. A number of Gibbons defenders in on that one.
Stars in the back end for Gibbons, expecting him to make a lot of plays tonight.
5 wide for the Mavericks. Cheeseburger comes in the near side, up high to Price. He catches it, but he's got 3 Gibbons defenders on him.
Oh.
He's wrestled out of bounds. Got to be easy not to get a flag there.
No flag, no flag.
He's short of the first down by a yard.
The biggest decision so far tonight. We got a 4th and it looks to be 1. They've been throwing it all drive. I would assume a run play, but you really never know.
Definitely too close to punt, too far away for a field goal. The Mavericks are going for it. They change formation. Looks like a power to the left. A lot of blockers on that side. Here's the give to Redmond. He's got the first. He only needed 1. He got about 3. First down from Mallard Creek.
That offensive line just moving people out of the way. You can see, I know big number 71 stands out on the film for everyone back home, but everybody else on their offensive line is equally as big.
Yeah, Austin Ballou, the sophomore, he's the tallest one, is 6'7", the left tackle. A lot of other guys out there just as big, however, and this give to the right side is Redmond. He runs hard, doesn't he? He gets a few yards. Number 6, Griffin Cockerham, bringing him down on that one.
This Mallard Creek team is moving really fast. They haven't gone huddle much, and they've just been on the ball. Their offensive line looks to be really, really in shape. Not a lot of offensive lines can equal that kind of what they have right now.
Griffin Cockerham is someone we'll talk about a little bit tonight as well. Difference maker on both sides of the ball for the Crusaders. Jeremiah Glass on the tackle that time as another give to Redmond, his 4th carry of the game. He only got about an extra yard or so. And this is going to bring up 3rd and 6 for Mallard Creek. About 8 minutes left here in the first quarter. 2 receivers bunched to the near side. 1 will go in motion. That's Kelly. Cheeseborough keeps it himself. He is met.
Either.
And it will be a 4th and 2, we'll call it.
They're all also still in that gray area, whether you kick it or they can't kick it, so I expect another heavy run. Maybe under center, hopefully under center.
You would think under center. Their ball's at the 29-yard line. They need to get to that 28. Shotgun. Cheeseborough, swing pass as he's hit. Delivering a blow. And it's close to the first down marker. I don't think he got it.
I don't think so either.
Turnover on downs.
The huge hit by Skylar Alston kind of deters the throw. And it's a turnover on downs for the Creek boys.
Yeah, Alston, only a sophomore, but the leading tackle. So now our first look at the Gibbons offense as they took over at the 29, 7:09 left here in the first quarter. Gannon Jones under pressure. Yards on this one, first down. As much as his arm.
Gannon. He got pressured, but you know, pressure doesn't stop Gannon. He stepped up in the pocket and made them pay the price for not having a spy on him.
16 yards on that carry on first down. Take that 1st and 10, make it a 1st and 5.
And that's nickel. Case Spellman, who jumped off sides, he looked like he slipped to the line of scrimmage. And Gannon made him pay for it.
Seen a few Mallard Creek players slipping. Now, Mallard Creek plays on a turf field as well, so it's not that they're adjusting the turf, but sometimes different turf has different feet.
2.5 the kinks there.
Yeah, and first, actually no, for the Crusaders here, as Jones will pick up a good 15 yards.
and he was quick. The defense had no idea who had the ball, and Gannon just made them pay up the middle on that read option.
2 first downs, and Jones has not had to throw it once, but as we mentioned, folks, he's, for his career, 70% completions. He got the starting nod as a sophomore about midway through his sophomore year because of an injury to Whit Neubauer, who's now a third-string quarterback at Oklahoma. But he has not looked back ever since getting that. Jones looking for anyone open. Really wasn't anyone open. That's going to be incomplete. He's looking in the flat there for his back, Aaron Anderson.
And once again, he's pressured. Gibbons' offensive line looked good up until now, but as soon as he drops back the pass, the creep
plays defense for Gibbons. Griffin Cockerham. Sometimes he could play tight end. He's done a little bit of both in his career. He's got offers from NC State and a few other Power 4 schools. But he hasn't been brought in much tonight. I wonder if you will see that if they really frequently. Timeout for Gibbons, not like.
Raising kids is a roller coaster. Sometimes you laugh, sometimes you cry, but most times you wonder how your kid turned out so well. That's how. You did the hard work.
All right, we're back, folks. Just remember, our game of the week is sponsored by Alpaca Peruvian Chicken, which is great at office lunches, team lunches, tailgating, football games. Place your next catering order with Alpaca so you and your friends can enjoy the best rotisserie chicken in the area. You can taste their legendary flavor and hometown pride at 18 locations across North Carolina. 2nd and 10 for Crusaders. They come out with trips to the left. And a different quarterback in there. The give is to Noah Terry. That's a good 8 yards.
8 yards.
Good job by Noah Terry getting through the line. And a new quarterback, new look. So that is Connor Lindsay, the senior. Lindsay has been behind Gannon Jones, but has done well in spot duty for the Crusaders. Jones is over on the trainer's table. I don't know if he landed poorly or felt something on that last incompleted throw, but it's now a new quarterback running the show as Noah Terry breaks the tackle. He's inside the 10, to the 5, touchdown, Crusaders.
And Noah wasted no time. He made one cut at the line of scrimmage, and he didn't look back. The big power back scammers in for about 20-ish yards.
Wow, that was something else. So while the Crusaders are trying to make sure, and Gannon Jones is now leaving, going inside the school building here, Connor Lindsay did not have to put the ball in the air, and Gibbons still gets points out of it. 5:29 left in the first quarter. This is Evan Winley out for the extra point, and almost blocked, but it is good. And the Crusaders take a 7-0 lead. We'll be back right after this.
Raising kids is a roller coaster. Sometimes you laugh, sometimes you cry, but most times you wonder how your kid turned out so well. That's how. You did the hard work, made the right decisions, like talking about alcohol before it could be a problem. Go to talkitoutnc.org. Get resources on how to talk about underage drinking. So Mom, Dad, keep up the good work. It's worth it. Talk early, talk often. Talk it out, NC.
Are you craving chicken? Download the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app to gain access to exclusive offers and earn rewards by eating the food that you love. New members who sign up will receive a free entree. Again, that's the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app. Taste their legendary flavor and homemade pride at 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. You can visit them online at alpacachicken.com and catch the Alpaca Chicken Game of the Week each Friday night on HighSchoolOT.com.
We are back at the HighSchoolOT Game of the Week presented by Alpaca Peruvian Chicken with 5:29 in the first quarter. The Crusaders have a 7-0 lead on a 28-yard run by Noah Terry.
And Noah Terry, the big power back, the 3-star for Gibbons, he was bruising all drive when he got the carries. He got 2 carries on the drive, including the touch. And then after that, see the 28-yard scamper for a touchdown. Excited to see what Mallard 7. Khalil Price a lot this drive and utilize more of the QB run.
Khalil Price proved how dangerous he was in that first drive. He only caught 2 passes. One was our first down and one was close to it. We have another timeout. And so we'll take another
Alpaca
quick break.
Peruvian Chicken is great at office lunches, team lunches, tailgating, and football games. Place your next catering order at Alpaca so you and your friends can enjoy the best rotisserie chicken in the area. Taste their legendary flavor and homemade pride at 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. Alpaca Peruvian Chicken, home of North Carolina's favorite chicken and a proud supporter of high school OT and football teams across the state.
Raising kids is a roller coaster. Sometimes you laugh.
Alpaca Peruvian Chicken is great at office lunches,
Now, probably the shortest football timeout I've seen. So we're back here with a 1st and 10 of the 20 after the second touchback of the day by Evan Windley. The Mavericks turned it over on downs in their last drive. Cheeseborough's going to the air in coverage, and it's intercepted. They're going to say that he got it. Xavier Hassan making a diving catch over the middle, a highlight reel catch. I don't know how he was able to get his hands underneath it.
And it wouldn't have been done without Braylon Pebbles' his blitz on the quarterback. It's like he flew in there, got the pressure on Cheeseborough. Cheeseborough was forced to make a bad throw, and Xavier Hassan capitalized on the opportunity.
That's the first turnover of this game. Also the first incomplete pass for Sam Cheeseborough, who was 4 of 4 on the first drive. So now the Crusaders, again, quarterbacked by Connor Lindsay with Gannon Jones injured. They have prime field position and plus territory here at the 44. Lindsay's going to keep it himself, and he is cut down for about a 4-yard pickup.
Lindsay's, from up here, he looks like a really big quarterback. Kind of reminds me of that Whip Neubauer look. And it should be exciting for the Gibbons Crusaders for the rest of the night.
Lindsay actually his freshman year, so he's the son of former UNC offensive coordinator Chip Lindsay.
Okay.
He was at Carborough but did not play his freshman year. Sat out his sophomore year at Gibbons, has been a backup here with the Crusaders. And usually you don't see guys transfer and be content with being a backup, especially when Gannon Jones was, people kind of knew he was going to be good at his freshman year.
Right.
But Lindsay has bought in and really kind of enjoyed his time here. And you need a good backup quarterback. It's underrated in high school football, but they need him right now. This is about a 3rd and 6 after Aaron Anderson's last carry went for a yard. Again, we said Lindsay's done well in spot duty for Crusaders, but never in a situation like this where you've got a big game and it's the first half. He's rolling to his right, gets rid of it, close to the sticks. It depends on the spot here, Tyler.
It looks up here like he got it.
Again, he needed 6.
It's going to be 4th and inches.
Wow, just shy.
Looks like Gibbons is bringing in the heavy package. As you see Noah Terry coming in, and as you mentioned earlier, Griffin Cochran also subbing in as well.
That catch is by Connor McGeehan. While we're doing sons of former coaches, that's the. Actually, no, they signal first down now.
Okay.
They're going ahead and give it to us. So 6-yard pickup.
That's going to be a first down.
And that's the son of former Campbell men's basketball coach Kevin McGeehan.
A lot of coaches' sons on this Gibbons team.
So they move the chains. 3:42 left here in the first quarter, folks. We're at the 34-yard line. As this is Noah Terry. He had to stretch it wide, and he gets hit for a loss of 2.
And that hit was from number 5, Chase Spellman. And Chase had that offsides earlier, and he came down. He looked small from up here, but he came down and gave Noah Terry everything.
I tell you, this Mallard Creek team, they can lay some hits on you. Even last year when we had a game of the week, it was against Huff. It was 33-0. They made Huff work for those touchdowns. They had a great defensive. Sometimes they had a short field, which is exactly what's happening tonight. They have to defend a short field here against the Crusaders. Lindsey, he's under pressure early. There's a flag in the direction of holding. So either way, I think Gibbons is going to get backed up here. Not good when you're holding, and that is the call indeed. Holding and your quarterback is under duress like that.
And Gibbons' offensive line is going to have to hold tight as Gannon's down. Lindsey hasn't had all that experience with the starting O-line, so hopefully they protect like they protect Gannon.
We'll see if they accept the penalty. They will. So instead of a 3rd and 15, they're content to make this 2nd and we'll have to do some math here. See, 10, another 10, that's 21. So a 2nd and 21. We'll get it right eventually.
Yeah.
Noah, what's your major?
My major is mass communication, so
okay.
Nothing in math at all.
You and me together, we're going to have to help each other out tonight. A little bit of a high snap handled. The give is to Anderson, and that hole closes up on him pretty quickly, a gain of about 1. And it's interesting, Noah, you would know more than I, like where the gaps have to be in order to get the running game going. But it's interesting to me that Gibbons was able to get some gaps in the middle of the field early. They don't have to stretch wide. When they have these on this drive, Mallard Creek's speed is kind of taking it out. They just negated it.
Absolutely, and I said they could try and run outside, but their DBs and their nickels and their linebackers are flying to the ball. So
play action, Lindsey. He's going to have to just take off and run with it and get a few plus yards, and he's pushed out of bounds. About 2 more, and that'll bring up the punt unit for Gibbons.
And that was Josiah Peters pushing him out of bounds right there.
And that's Evan Winley coming out to punt this one away. He actually has no punts this year, I believe. Sometimes the punting is handled by Gannon Jones because they'll come out, the Crusaders will, in a shotgun formation. If they like what they see, they can run a play, but if not, he'll just punt it, and then there's no one back to field it. And he's actually pinned people inside the 20 pretty frequently because of that. But now, have to come out, and they are really protecting against the rush here. High snap, it's over the head of Windley. He picks it up, and Mallard Creek is going to take over in plus territory.
Wow.
A mishap in special teams, but it's not the Mavericks, it's the Crusaders. They're going to have this ball spotted officially at the 39.
And Khalil Price sprinting off that edge. Like you said earlier, that track speed really came into fruition right there.
And for those who don't know, Mallard Creek and boys track and field, they won the outdoor and indoor titles last year. They won the outdoor and indoor titles the year before that. So Price has 4 rings right now just from track and field setting relay teams. 1 minute, 49 seconds. 1st and 10, Cheeseboro takes off. Decent yardage there.
Quarterback keeper for about.
Actually, better yardage than I thought, and he's a tough runner, Tyler.
He looks like a bigger quarterback as well. I don't know if that's the rib protectors or what it looks like, but he's going to give it to Gibbons all night is what it seems.
2nd and about 5. The give is to Redmond, dances his way through, finally hit. He's got a 1st down and then some. We'll call that a pickup of, let's calculate again, 10 yards.
And there's a flag. Looks to be maybe an illegal formation.
Very
This is the
quick.
motion.
Got a false start on the
A false start.
Wow. So trying to get up there and get set quickly, kind of backfiring a little bit there. 1 minute, 12 seconds left here in the first quarter. A top 10 matchup in the state. Absolutely the showdown we all wanted to see. We wanted to see it last year. It didn't work out, but tonight it's going to happen. And it's homecoming here at Cardinal Gibbons. So we have a great crowd.
The student section is completely packed out.
Absolutely.
With a bunch of neon colors.
1st and 15. Cheeseborough at the pitch to Redmond. Dancy's going to get wide. Get closer to sticks. He does.
The sophomore.
Redmond's still going, and he's out of bounds inside the 10.
And all the players are getting back to the line. Very fast-paced team from Mallard Creek.
So from about the 24 down to the 9. Cheeseborough's going to keep it himself. He trips, and he's tackled for a short gain. Ball moves maybe a yard forward. Second and goal for the Mavericks. The gives to Redmond. He's still going his way through. I tell you what, this will be a 3rd and goal, but I noticed Noah, he's just waiting for those big guys in front to move the defensive line a little bit further out of the way. And that will be the last play of this quarter. Folks, stay with us. The game of the week is living up to the hype here. Mallard Creek's knocking on the door, trailing 7-0.
Don't fall for the myths. Get the facts about underage drinking.
Myth. Teens bounce back fast and teenage athletes can perform just fine after a night of drinking alcohol. The fact is, alcohol can hinder athletic performance for up to 3 days, delaying recovery and causing long-term issues with muscle loss and weakness. But don't just take it from me.
Choosing not to drink as an underage athlete has really helped me significantly. I've been able to focus, keep my priorities straight, and it's helped me separate myself from, many other people.
Get more facts at talkitoutnc.org.
We are back, folks. It's the second quarter. Cardinal Gibbons with a 7-0 lead that happened on a 28-yard touchdown run by Noah Terry. Mallard Creek, however, has a 3rd and goal. Ball at the 5 coming up. I'm J. Mike Blake. Zach Adams behind the camera. Tyler Clark with me doing the analyst. Sorry if I call you by your brother's name every once in a while.
No problem.
But it has been a fantastic game, and again, we all possible with Alpaca Peruvian Chicken, which, by the way, that was the pregame meal from Mallard Creek. So that's also really cool that they do that for these two teams.
Give me 3rd down.
All right, we are back, folks. Apologies for the technical difficulties.
Safety number 1, Brandon Karras, gain of about 5.
All you missed was the Mallard Creek kickoff, and Gibbons taking over first down at their own 17. It is 7-7 here in the second quarter. Braden Karras with a short pickup there, 4 yards. And it's Tyler again, Connor Lindsay, still our quarterback.
And Gannon has yet to come back out from in the building, praying for that he is okay and will make a full recovery from whatever he's going through.
Gives to Terry. Good blocking there, but he picks up about 3 or so. And this will be third down and about 4.
Another third down forced by Mallard Creek, but Gibbons has been doing a really good job on converting on those third downs.
They have been doing a good job tonight. It's just a penalty, a holding that really kind of threw back their last drive. They need to get to the 37. Trying to draw the Mavericks offside. They're not falling for it, so now the pitch. And not getting anywhere that time.
Speed option, tackle in the back.
Boy, running wide on this team is so hard to do. So they may have even lost a yard. And I believe that carry was by a new player we haven't called the name tonight, Hudson Van Dyke. Hard to see on that sideline sometimes.
And this track speed, like you were talking about earlier, this track speed from Mallard Creek is unmatched. They are flying to the ball. It's like all 11 had to get to the ball at one time.
Punting this one away again is Windley. The last snap was too high. That set up a short field for Mallard Creek. This one, they got a piece of it, but it still gets great yardage. There's a Mavericks player a little too close for comfort to that ball as it kept bouncing.
It's a big punt down to the 30.
And Gibbons cannot continue to have these punt malfunctions, whether it be almost a block or an aired snap. They've got to be better on the special teams.
Yeah, that time, you rarely see that in high school too, where they are mass protecting, like they are back to punt safe, like make sure no one gets through. And yet still, those gunners from the outside of Mallard Creek were in there in no time. So it'll be first down, about right at 9:48, left here until halftime of homecoming here at Cardinal Gibbons. The ball is at the 33-yard line. And a long mesh, and then a throw deep for Price.
Oh.
Incomplete. Well, Cheeseboro held that ball a long, long time. That looked like one of those old Wake Forest University plays before going long. And a good coverage there to not fall for it and stay with your man.
Rylan George keeping track with the track star, number 7, Khalil Price, and he was with Price the whole way down the field.
Not an easy assignment when Price is on a go route.
At all. I know I couldn't do it.
So Mallard Creek, they've got about 69 yards on the ground, only about 24 through the air thus far. They've really had to work for their yardage. Cheeseboro's rolling out, thinks about throwing it. He breaks one tackle, and boy, Cheeseboro has the physicality of a bruising fullback.
He is just like the running back on the opposing sideline, Noah Terry, and he's earning every yard he gets.
So it looked like he could be dropped for a loss. Instead, he gets 4. And probably a smart decision. I know the pressure had something to do with it. He thought about throwing it across his body, going to his left. It usually doesn't work out for you.
Never a good idea.
So the Crusaders defense, they also have had a little bit of trouble getting off the field. Let's see what happens here on a 3rd and 6. Looks like Mallard Creek is going to call timeout and talk about it. We'll call timeout and be right back after this.
Raising kids is a roller coaster. Sometimes you laugh, sometimes you cry, but most times you wonder how your kid turned out so well. That's how. You did the hard work, made the right decisions, like talking about alcohol before it could be a problem. Go to talkitoutnc.org. Get resources on how to talk about underage drinking. So Mom, Dad, keep up the good work. It's worth it. Talk early. Talk often. Talk it out, NC.
We're back at the High School T Game of the Week. Reminder, and while you're tuned in here, head over to the Talk It Out NC statewide football scoreboard. That's North Carolina's most up-to-the-minute source for high school football results. And also tonight at 11:15 on WRAL TV, Chris Lee is going to host WRAL Football Friday. Among tonight's featured games, a Cumberland County battle between Jack Britt and 71st. That's WRAL Football Friday each and every Friday night this fall at 11:15 with Chris Lee. 3rd and 6 coming up here. Cheeseboro got a man in his sights, complete, and first down. This kind of soft coverage on this side allowed Tylen McClain to get open, and that's the first down for the Mavericks, Tyler.
It seems like Cheeseboro is targeting Rylan George the whole night as he's throwing that deep pass that was aired, but this pass was completed for a first down.
Solid 10-yard pickup. 1st and 10, right of the 50. Cheeseboro to his right, throws out in the flat. That is Abdul Ali, who caught the touchdown on a very similar play on the last drive. Again, picking up a solid 5 yards.
And Mallard Creek is continuing to motion Price over to George's side, and you could expect them to target, once he motions over, you can expect them to target George once again, because Xavier is locking him up, it seems like, over there on the right side.
Redmond on the draw, gets past some of those first Gibbons defenders that were in the backfield. Picks up about 4, depends on the spot, maybe 3, and it'll be 3rd and short either way.
Penalty flag.
Yeah, flag here. I think it's going to be an illegal shift or something to bring this back.
A lot of motions for Mallard Creek tonight. They're trying to keep Gibbons on their heels. They're not going to give them a set look. So I love how they're game planning this game.
And these two are some of the more respected coaching staffs in the state. Mallard Creek is coached by Kennedy Tinsley. And before he went to Mallard Creek to replace the legendary Mike Palmieri, who won 3 state championships, Tinsley had Southeast Guilford playing for a 4A state championship before he left that program, built that program up, had tough shoes, big shoes to fill in. But as you can see now, the Mavericks are right where he wants them. 3rd and long here. They got to get to the 40. Cheeseboro, his eyes are downfield. He's going to throw as he's hit, and too far for anybody on that one.
His guys were open. They beat Gibbons' back end badly with the speed. And Cheeseboro was just pressuring on the play, got hit on the throw, and that forces a forward out, it seems like.
So the punting unit will come out for Mallard Creek. Ashton Blevins, I believe, is our punter. Let's kind of turn to the side here. Mallard Creek and Gibbons will kind of give you a different look before they snap it on some of these special teams plays. And it is Blevins with a pretty good punt. It bounces inside the 15, takes a nice roll, but not too much of one. So the Mavericks can back up the Crusaders inside the 5, right to the 4.
What a punt.
A great punt indeed, 7:03.
Big kick down to the 4.
The Crusaders going to take over this next drive. And if you're just joining us here in the High School T Game of the Week, Gannon Jones, the Wake Forest recruit, left this game early with an injury. He had a few great runs. He actually had 2 runs for 31 yards, just the first drive of the game. He had an incompletion and then came out right after that. Ever since then, it's been Connor Lindsay trying to get the Mavericks to jump early there. Inside give to Noah Terry. He gets a yard, perhaps.
And that front 7 of Mallard Creek is just pinching on the run. They're gonna force Lindsay to throw the ball.
And even when Jones was in the game, he put the ball in the air once, and it was hard to find some guys open on that play. So the defensive backs of Mallard Creek are very good. Now you try to attack them with a backup quarterback. It's a lot to ask. It's not impossible, but it is a lot to ask. As Lindsey's going to keep it. There is a flag, perhaps something within a shift on offense, because it looks to be in that general direction. We'll wait for the White Hats call here. So that'll be half the distance to the goal. They're at the 5s, now they're about down to the 2.5.
Correction, illegal formation.
So, Tyler, if you've ever been in this situation where you know you're hamstrung a little bit on offense because of an injury, what does it do to the mentality of everybody that you're kind of having to fight without, you're having to change everything? I'm sure game planning, you going into this game, you're like, hey, we're going to have Gannon do X, Y, and Z. Now he's not out there. How do you respond as a teammate?
Well, you know, Lindsey's got to come in there, and he's got to be that everybody loves the backup quarterback, it seems like. So he's got to come in, and he's got to continue to lead like Gannon was leading and keep the sidelines up. Coach Wright's got to do a good job of keeping the sidelines up and keeping their minds kind of shifting away from Jones just to, you know, keep them focused on the game.
So 4-yard carries. They brought in kind of a power look just to make sure that was not a safety. So it was Terry on that carry.
We haven't seen much of Terry tonight. Seems like they're going more of a speed route here.
I do think the Mavericks have kind of keyed in on him once Jones left. Made it a little bit harder for him to get loose through those gaps. Lindsey throws it out to Karras through his hands. It would have been behind the sticks anyway. And that's Lindsey's 3rd throw of the game. He's 2 of 3 for 10 yards.
And that pass was a little low, but it was very catchable. But like you said, it wasn't going to be a first down catch.
Now, Tyler, we said it's tough to block Mallard Creek on these punt block formations that they're putting out there. Now, they don't have to rush as far. Does this help Gibbons or Mallard Creek? We'll see. Windley gets it underway, and it's pretty good punt considering the circumstances across midfield, and scooped up and dropped, and falling a little risky there by Dorian Daly.
Avoiding disaster. Nothing to see here.
5:08 left until halftime here at homecoming for Cardinal Gibbons. A battle between two of the best teams in the state, a 7A title contender in Gibbons, and an 8A title contender in the Mavericks. Remember tonight, all across North Carolina, as these games are going final, to go to the Talk It Out NC scoreboard. That's on HighSchoolOT.com. So you have a new quarterback in the game for the Mavericks. The give is to Redmond, and he's got good yardage. He's breaking a tackle, getting close to the first down marker, and he did get the first down. Wow.
And that quarterback is Kalen Napier. He is a sophomore, so they went away from Perry Justice, the senior, and Cheeseboro. We can't see from O'Pierre. Don't know what's going on over there, but, you know, hoping that he's okay.
We do have a report, Gannon Jones' arm in a sling. So that probably signals that he's done for the night. Here's a reverse. This is Kelly with it for the Mavericks.
Ooh. And that hit was from Billy Turner. He's got the old school cowboy collar on, so you know he was going to come with something.
It does make you just look that much more like a linebacker when you have that when you have that board sticking up out of your pads. It's very 80s.
And they're going to need all of him tonight.
And really the first big hit that a Gibbons player has delivered in this game. 6-yard run by the receiver, Mason Kelly. And now put in the air for the first time and on a dime. If he stayed in bounds, and he did. Wow, not a bad throw at all from Kalen Napier.
And Napier looked to be off balance there, and he still completed it to a wide open receiver.
Down to the 25, so a nice 12-yard pickup. He throws another one. It's looking again for Kelly. There's a flag potentially in holding, but it could be another penalty on that far side as Kelly caught it and made a man miss.
And Kelly was doing all types of juke moves. He did a few jukes. And I assume he's on the track team as well, and these guys are just sprinters.
So it is holding to bring it back. One thing Naper's been able to do is to find Mason Kelly. He's kind of the number 2 option, whereas Price has that deep threat potential for Mallard Creek. The intermediate stuff, that's where you're going to see Mason Kelly. And he's been able to locate him on back-to-back plays. Now the penalty will move this back. First, about 16 from the 31. Naper slinging it long, and he drops it in the bucket, but it's incomplete. Couldn't quite keep both feet in. And I tell you, Naper has a really unique throwing motion.
It's very unique, but it gets there, and I know the coaches aren't complaining. It'll be fixed, but you can't teach that.
And it effortless. That ball was high and long, but it just looked like he flicked his wrist minimally on that sidearm throw. 3:40 left until halftime. Second down now. Naper over the middle, got his man Kelly, touchdown Mavericks. There is the flag. Oh, this will be a costly penalty if it takes the 6 points off the board.
Naper is just zipping that ball.
Oh man, ineligible receiver downfield is the call. One thing, Naper knew exactly who was going to be open before that snap too. Boy, the Mallard Creek offense, the whole complexion really changes when he's coming to this game.
So I do see Cheeseborough, and he doesn't look to be in any type of pain. I just think they're going to roll with Naper for the rest of the half. And I cannot blame them. He is zipping the ball all around the field.
Second down, and back up even more yards.
About 21 yards.
That's Ali in motion. Naper, the pocket's collapsing around him. He's going to take off, try to get a few yards, hit by Turner, and the helmet comes off. And there's a flag. I believe that's going to be targeting.
I believe so. And we don't have instant replays in high school, but from up here, it looked a little questionable, but I'm not going to question the ref's call. He was down on the field. He saw better than we did.
I think what was going to trigger that flag every time is Naper was kind of slowly going to the ground and then taking a big hit. It's a bang-bang play for an official to call. It's very hard to not throw the flag when there's such a point of emphasis of keeping the game safe at the high school level. So we'll see here what the call is. But I do believe it's going to be targeting, and Mallard Creek will pick up at least a few yards. I can't recall if targeting is an automatic first down in high school or not. It should note that a lot of those rules that are automatic first downs in other sports are not at the high school level, and it is targeting.
Personal foul, 15 yards, automatic first.
And I don't think that's a kick out, an ejection anymore, but, you know.
And it is second down, so not an automatic. So in high school, pass interference, not automatic first down. The only thing really that's automatic first down will be unsportsmanlike after the play.
Okay. Cheeseborough's back in the game.
Well, losing the helmet, you have to come out the next play.
Oh, that's right.
So they're going to have to put Cheeseborough in for this one. 2nd and 4. Cheeseborough's got it, scrambling, bowls over one defender, picks up a yard or two. It's going to be 3rd and about 2 here.
And Naper almost sprinted on the field, but the coaches held him back. I think they're going to rock with Cheeseborough. Mallard Creek is very quarterback rich. They've had 3 guys appear in games as Naper comes back on the field.
So I tell you, Naper does give them a little bit more dynamic offense where you have to defend so many other parts. Cheeseborough, everything's been kind of middle of the field, short yardage. Naper's going to keep it himself, and he's going to get some good yardage. He's got a first down and then some. Move the chains for the Mavericks. Pickup of 6. Mallard Creek up to 100 yards rushing already. I know Gibbons is not the biggest defense, but it is good when you can pick up that kind of yardage and a half against a team that's this good and this sound defensively.
Come on, Crowder.
They can make it to the 1 and still get a new set of downs, but they don't need it. Touchdown Mavericks as Redmond runs it in.
That really silenced the crowd over here as the sophomore sprints in.
11 yards on that carry. Xavier Redmond, 58 yards on 9 carries tonight, and now a touchdown to go with it.
And the Statue of Liberty, I think, is the formation for what they were in on that field goal.
And both teams will do that, and kind of some people call it a swinging fence, and will bring it in. Blevins, the extra point, almost blocked, but it is good. And Mallard Creek is now leading the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken Game of the Week, 14-7 here at Gibbons. Let's take a break and be back after this.
Alpaca Peruvian Chicken is great at office lunches, team lunches, tailgating, and football games. Place your next catering order at Alpaca so you and your friends can enjoy the best rotisserie chicken in the area. Taste their legendary flavor and homemade pride at 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. Alpaca Peruvian Chicken, home of North Carolina's favorite chicken and a proud supporter of high school OT and football teams across the state.
Your child pours their heart and soul into their dreams.
You're so ready for this.
But underage drinking can stop a young mind and body from performing at its best.
Okay, everyone, it's time.
We're ready.
Make sure your star keeps shining. Start the conversation about the dangers of alcohol with tips at talkitoutnc.org.
Welcome back to the High School OT Game of the Week. Mallard Creek kicking off as a short kickoff, but we have a flag as someone was a little too early over that line. There's exactly 2 minutes left until halftime. If you're joining us, Gibbons scored the first 7 points of this game. But an injury to Gannon Jones, the quarterback who is committed to Wake Forest University. His arm is in a sling. And what we can say for sure is he will not return to this game. So Gibbons, if they are going to take down a fellow top 10 team, we're gonna have to do it with backup quarterback Connor Lindsay, who we mentioned earlier on the broadcast. Has had spot duty in the past, but now it's his show for tonight. And who knows how long into the future it'll be his show. Never good for a quarterback to be on the sideline with your shoulder in a sling, your arm in a sling.
Right.
The kickoff goes out of bounds, so the ball will be marked at the 35-yard line for the Crusaders. Lindsay is 2 of 3 passing tonight for 10 yards.
Ball will be placed at the 40, first down.
And folks, this is a big game, but we want to remind you that just like winning a big game, preventing underage drinking takes teamwork. Parents and teens can visit talkitoutnc.org for resources to start the conversation about the risk of underage drinking. Join Talk It Out NC to cheer for safe, smart choices. Ball is at the 40, not 35. Another difference between college and high school rules that even I lose track of sometimes. Aaron Anderson is the back for Gibbons. He's a tough runner on first down. He gets a good 8, maybe even 9.
And he just bursted through the gap. The offensive line of Gibbons finally got a break, cleared up a hole, and he just executed that play.
The Crusaders entered tonight with more rushing yards per game than passing, which might surprise some people because of Gannon Jones, but Jones was also a big reason for that. He could take off and run. Now Lindsay has to take off and run, but he is thrown backwards for a big loss.
Matthew Harris on the sack.
Boy, that is a 13-yard loss. His eyes were downfield. That's probably the most downfield Lindsay has looked tonight since he's kind of been the guy, but he didn't have time. And you start to see, I think you could speak to this a little bit more. Mallard Creek's coverage has certainly changed with Jones out.
Yeah, they brought more pressure in the box. It's like more that they've got six or 7 in the box, and it seems like they're hitting Lindsay every single play.
That was not a bad attempt going for, I believe, Hudson Van Dyke. And so with less than a minute left, the Crusaders will have to punt it away. And so last punt was a little, nothing happened, but it was a little eventful, and a Mallard Creek player kind of muffing it as he was headed to the out of bounds. Mallard Creek, however, tonight special teams has been sound, and it's been Gibbons that had the miscue that set up Mallard Creek's first touchdown. On a bad snap. This one is a good snap. Windley, high, so about the 30. 30, but it's fumbled away. Did he get it back? I think he did. Oh my goodness. Again, another eventful return for Mallard Creek, and it really didn't need to be. That time it was Mason Kelly. He caught it clean, but as soon as he took his first step, the ball just went straight to the turf.
It's like his eyes floated a little too far downfield, and he was just completely forgot about the ball.
32-yard line is where Mallard Creek will start this drive. Now, they don't need to do anything aggressive because they will start the second half with the ball. I believe that's right, or did I mess that up? No. Oh, excuse me, sorry, Gibbons will start the second half of the ball, so maybe they do want to be aggressive, but instead, it's a sack. And as Griffin Cockerham, with his first sack tonight, bringing down Napier in the backfield.
And Griffin was going against the Mallard Creek highly touted sophomore tackle, number 71, Austin, and he just worked the edge on Austin and got back there easily.
There's a defensive holding, however, that'll wipe this one out. And that'll be 10 yards first down for Mallard Creek. 31 seconds left until halftime. And now more flags, and we're going to see who jumped first, offense or defense. The clock's still rolling.
Mallard Creek's walking backwards here.
So I do wonder if they just want to play it safe at this point. To have a lead on the road and kind of knowing that the star quarterback on the other sideline is not coming back in this game. No reason to do anything risky.
Right.
But to each his own. Kennedy Tinsley's won a lot more football games than I have. Napier slings it out and almost complete, but also really close to being picked off if that ball was just a few inches lower. Again, you see the arm that Napier has, just the unorthodox delivery, but it gets out in a hurry.
And that one, it looked like he threw it off 1 foot. And
like a shortstop, you know, like making the play it to first.
Whatever gets it done, I guess.
18 seconds left. Second down and 15. Ball is at the 37. Gibbons has 2 timeouts. High snap is handled by the up back and losing a few yards. That is Antonio Folks, who had to beat Johnny on the spot.
And I would just run the clock out. I wouldn't risk anything here. And I think that's what they're going to do.
So that will bring us to halftime from the High School OT Alpaca Peruvian Chicken Game of the Week. Number 6, Mallard Creek leads at number 4, Cardinal Gibbons by a 14-7 score.
Raising kids is a roller coaster. Sometimes you laugh, sometimes you cry, but most times you wonder how your kid turned out so well. That's how. You did the hard work, made the right decisions, like talking about alcohol before it could be a problem. Go to talkitoutnc.org. Get resources on how to talk about underage drinking. So Mom, Dad, keep up the good work. It's worth it. Talk early. Talk often. Talk it out, NC.
Are you craving chicken? Download the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app to gain access to exclusive offers and earn rewards by eating the food that you love. New members who sign up will receive a free entree. Again, that's the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app. Taste their legendary flavor and homemade pride at 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. You can visit them online at alpacachicken.com and catch the Alpaca Chicken Game of the Week each Friday night on HighSchoolOT.com.
Don't fall for the myths. Get the facts about underage drinking.
Myth. Teens bounce back fast and teenage athletes can perform just fine after a night of drinking alcohol. The fact is, alcohol can hinder athletic performance for up to 3 days, delaying recovery and causing long-term issues with muscle loss and weakness. But don't just take it from me.
Choosing not to drink as an underage athlete has really helped me significantly. I've been able to focus, keep my priorities straight, and it's helped me separate myself from, many other people.
Get more facts at talkitoutnc.org.
Are you craving chicken? Download the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app to gain access to exclusive offers and earn rewards by eating the food that you love. New members who sign up will receive a free entree. Again, that's the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app. Taste their legendary flavor and homemade pride at 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. You can visit them online at alpacachicken.com and catch the Alpaca Chicken Game of the Week each Friday night on HighSchoolOT.com.
Your child pours their heart and soul into their dreams.
You're so ready for this.
But underage drinking can stop a young mind and body from performing at its best.
Okay, everyone, it's time.
We're ready.
Make sure your star keeps shining. Start the conversation about the dangers of alcohol with tips at talkitoutnc.org.
All right, folks. In Mallard Creek, the number 6 team in the state, is leading here in Raleigh at Cardinal Gibbons by a 14-7 score. Tyler, the big story for the people who are generally in this game, on the first drive, no less, Gibbons did finish that drive and got 7 points, but just a huge loss, and they really haven't looked the same since, understandably so.
Right. It kind of just, goes to show how good Gannon is, one, and how much he can gut through things. I know he's had bumps and bruises throughout these past few weeks, and he's just been able to gut it out. And Lindsey hasn't had to see the field as much. Coming into the game, he only had 1 thrown pass. So, I'm interested to see how he comes out in the second half and how coaches have, adjusted to kind of not having Gannon in the lineup.
Yeah, right now your halftime stats, Cardinal Gibbons just 10 yards through the air. Connor Lindsey 2 of 4 passing. Jones was 0 of 1, and that's when he kind of felt something was wrong on that incomplete pass, because then he didn't look right out there. Gibbons called timeout, and then all of a sudden we see a different quarterback. But really, it was something earlier. It was one of the hits to the turf, we've been told, that was the cause the injury, going down to the turf and taking an injury. And he will not return in this game. And it'll be a very big injury for Gibbons, because it appears to be that kind of injury that's going to sit you out for a while.
Yeah, and that sucks for the kid, but, unfortunately injuries happen, bad injuries happen, so it's kind of a next man up mentality. I know Coach Wright has trained Lindsey up to be as best as he can, and we're interested to see how he looks going forward.
Mallard Creek, meanwhile, has run for 136 yards on the ground, and they also have completed a high percentage of their throws, 8 of 12, even if it was only for about 51 yards of total offense, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. They weren't hurt on the interception that they threw. Gibbons, however, did have one of the more costly mistakes in this game, a high snap over the head of punter Evan Windley. That set up a short field, and Mallard Creek took advantage of it to get on the board here. Gibbons entering tonight with a 4-0 record. Mallard Creek entering 3-1 with their only loss to an out-of-state team.
Cardinal Gibbons have elected to receive the ball in the second half.
And let's see if halftime helped the Crusaders kind of get over that mental block of losing their senior captain to an injury.
Seems like
they will get the ball first.
They may have also lost an offensive lineman, too.
Short kick, got to be picked up on a hop, and it is. And there was a wide open field, and it closed pretty quickly. But something about how long that ball took to get there actually set up Braylon Peebles pretty well. Braylon Peebles' brother, Aeneas Peebles, is in the NFL. Much different position, however. Peebles plays that kind of rover, nickelback, safety. His brother, a big defensive lineman, who was good at Knightdale and Duke and Virginia Tech. 1st and 10 for the Crusaders. They take over here at the 33. Connor Lindsey at quarterback. He's looking downfield. He's going deep. There's one-on-one coverage on the outside, but it was a little bit too far out of bounds, looking for Braden Karras.
And Mallard Creek is doing some front movement, it looks like, on a clap, whether it be Lindsey's clap or their own clap, but they're moving the front. They're not letting Gibbons' offensive line get comfortable with where they're staying at.
Again, Mallard Creek, one of the best defensive front fours and also one of the best offensive lines. If this game starts to tilt their way late, it might be because they've worn down the Gibbons line. They certainly have done that to other teams in the past. Lindsey's going to keep it, cuts it upfield. 1st down for the Crusaders.
1st down by number 10, Connor Lindsey, 1st down.
And he gives a little 1st down point. You like to see that little confidence coming out of halftime.
I love this confidence. It kind of reminds me of an NFL quarterback, Baker Mayfield, as he's got some of that backup quarterback energy, and you gotta love it.
You know what? I think that body language means a lot.
Yeah.
Where they are and how the team has to rally behind him for the rest of this contest and maybe further into the year. Lindsey keeps it himself on a long mesh play. He does well just to get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Game back to the line of scrimmage.
And Gibbons seems to be keeping I think their game plan is to, make this as easy as possible on Lindsey. So they're going to keep it on the ground as much as possible. Probably try and open up the short intermediate pass yards.
Gibbons, this is their next to last non-conference test. They have a bye week next week. Then they're headed down to the 704 to face Ambassador Christian. As Lindsey goes long, going to Karras into triple coverage, incomplete.
No flag on the play.
He tried to trust his guy. I mean, I wouldn't complain. Karras is a great receiver. Just triple coverage, I'm not sure about all that.
And maybe it was the whirlwind of being thrown in unexpectedly, but he wasn't looking downfield when he first got into this game in the first quarter, second quarter. Already on this drive, that's more yards downfield that he's looked all game.
And I haven't even seen him look at his short yards receivers. He was looking deep, and he's looking for a kill shot right here, right now.
3rd and 10 for the Crusaders. He's got decent protection, but is anyone open? Kind of throws it out, incomplete. There's a flag downfield. Sometimes that could be offensive pass interference. Sometimes that could be a defensive holding. We'll see what it is.
Maybe an illegal man downfield. I see Gibbons' offensive lineman walking backwards.
Holding on the defense. That's 10 yards and a first down. So on 3rd and 10, they needed all 10 of those yards in that penalty. Unless they're inches short, and they are not. The ball is right there on the line. First down, ball at the 45.
They're not
Chains have yet to move, and now they do.
Flag on the play, first down.
The give is to Terry. He falls forward for a 4-yard pickup.
And what I've noticed is Gibbons' edge rushers are really pressing the tackles into the line, kind of closing off that B gap, and they're obviously keeping that one arm open for the C gap coverage.
Yeah, mention some of those Mallard Creek edge rushers when you get a chance to, because I do think they've had a really big unnoticed impact on this game so far. Terry officially picks up just 3 on that carry. 2nd and 7. To the air goes Lindsey. Caught and out of bounds. Taking a good hit, but everything's clean.
Josiah Peters on the hit.
Chris Gorecki, his first catch of this game.
Correction, Gorecki.
Third and about 4? 3rd and 4, yeah.
Big play here for the Crusaders as Terry's trying to fight for it. He's going to get pushed back short. Only a pick of about 1 or 2.
And normally on any other front, Gibbons' schedule, Noah Terry is easily able to get that first down, but on a late flag.
A late flag coming in, so that's definitely unsportsmanlike. The only question is who is it on? Coming at that.
See number 64 shaking his head. It might be going against the home team here.
Noah Terry, 7 carries, 43 yards and a touchdown. But as the game has gone along, the Mallard Creek defensive backs are definitely playing press coverage on Gibbons receivers. And I think it's made it harder for Terry to get his running lanes too. Referees are having a long conversation about this. They haven't signaled which way it's gone.
Might waive it.
They're all seem to be writing down something.
Maybe numbers, possibly.
So last week we did see an unsportsmanlike penalty and an ejection with what we can only assume is language. Again, that was last week. You say one of those magic words and you're out of the game. There's been a high number of ejections across the state over the last few weeks, particularly in football and boys soccer. In fact, those are the only 2 sports that have had ejections this fall.
We're getting something soon.
Looks like the referees have had to explain things to both sides. I'm guessing they picked it up, or maybe it was a sideline warning, something to that effect, because the ball is still staying there at the 42-yard line, and it's still 4th down. Windley is in to punt. Back to return this is Chase Spellman.
You mentioned, like we saw earlier, this Mallard Creek punt team is not as sound as they've been in the past. Hopefully we can get a field clean.
So what it is, there we go. Unsportsmanlike on both sides, offset. That would explain. There was a little pushing and shoving, but I like that from the officials. Just get everybody, cooler heads prevail. It's been a clean game so far. We had one targeting call, but other than that, no issues, which you like to see. A snap is to the up back. It's a fake for Gibbons. He's going to get the first down and then some. That's Aaron Anderson moving the chains. There was nobody on this side of the field to stop him.
And that really struck life into the Gibbons sideline, which seemed to be nearly dead. And that just revived everyone, and hopefully Lindsay can punch it in here for the Crusaders.
Well, a pickup of 10. Aaron Anderson snapped. Boy, it's so rare you see that work. It's the first time Mallard Creek has not rushed the punter, and it probably worked against them. Lindsay to the air, complete on a short route, and tackled. Again, Gorecki on the catch.
Chris Gorecki.
So that's a pickup of 4. Gorecki's second catch. Lindsay now 4 of 8 passing for 14 yards.
And just nowhere to go for Terry. He's just, like I said, the edge rushers, the D tackles, the linebackers are just keying in on this run, and they're going to make Lindsay have to throw him to beat him.
3rd and 7 now. Ball is right on the 22. Possibly even 3rd and 8. It's a long 7 if it is 7. We're kind of at an angle when they start to get close to the red zone, so sometimes our yards are off by 1 or 2. Lindsay, he's under pressure. He stays in the pocket, hit as he throws, incomplete. The referee does blow the whistle a little late there. Make sure everyone knows ball's not live. Now the field goal unit comes out, but
Lindsay's getting roughed up. Like, this defensive front for the Mustangs is just getting after him. And the offensive line, like we said earlier, the offensive line has to protect for them to even have a chance tonight.
So this field goal attempt by Evan Windley, his longest of this year, is 34. He has knocked them in from about the 45 range in his career. This will be a 39-yarder right in the middle of the field. Snap is good, hold is good, almost blocked, but that is a high kick, and it's down the middle. An impressive field goal from Evan Windley, and the Crusaders have the first points of the 3rd quarter. Apologies for that, folks. On the scoreboard there, now everything's correct. 14-10. We'll take a break, and the Crusaders needed that.
Raising kids is a roller coaster. Sometimes you laugh, sometimes you cry, but most times you wonder how your kid turned out so well. That's how. You did the hard work, made the right decisions, like talking about alcohol before it could be a problem. Go to talkitoutnc.org. Get resources on how to talk about underage drinking. So Mom, Dad, keep up the good work. It's worth it. Talk early. Talk often. Talk it out, NC.
Are you craving chicken? Download the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app to gain access to exclusive offers and earn rewards by eating the food that you love. New members who sign up will receive a free entree. Again, that's the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app. Taste their legendary flavor and homemade pride at 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. You can visit them online at alpacachicken.com and catch the Alpaca Chicken Game of the Week each Friday night on HighSchoolOT.com.
Game of the Week presented by Alpaca Peruvian Chicken. I'm J. Mike Blake. We got Tyler Clark joining me, Zach Adams behind the camera, and that's Evan Windley kicking off. And that is going to be another touchback. He has an incredibly high percentage this year. And just like that 39-yarder could have been good from 49 or even 50, 55. It was so high. You see the leg there by the senior. And folks, remember, as fall is here, so is, check this out, the Talk It Out NC Fall Giveaway. From October 1st through November, start the conversation, enter for your chance to win. 6 lucky winners will each receive a $250 grocery gift card. Head to talkitoutnc.org to submit your entry. As this handoff goes as Redmond getting wide, stood up, and pushed back for a loss of 1. While you're at talkitoutnc.org, you can share what's on your mind at the dinner table. Plus, tag Talk It Out NC on social media by sharing healthy recipes to feed your athlete. A short video of you cooking or other ways that you spark the conversation at mealtime. Again, $250 gift card on the line there. And this is Napier airing it out, and all alone on that side is Mason Kelly. He steps out, but a huge gain there.
And last play, if you guys saw it on the stream, Redmond got up with a kind of a limp. He might have gotten a stinger, maybe a rolled ankle or something like that, but he stays in the game. Throws some good blocks on pass protection.
So he steps out a little bit earlier than he otherwise would have wanted to, so it's a 26-yard pickup there to Mason Kelly. So that run not going too far.
And Gibbons' defensive backs, who are normally very stout, have just, kind of allowed a lot of open receivers tonight. That one was obviously, he was wide open. And a few other of Napier's passes have been to wide open receivers, so.
Fake to Redmond, swinging it out. This is Price with it, trying to make one guy miss. Oh, a suplex by the wrestler, Braylon Peebles. It's a signature wrestling move there, Tyler.
Surprised there was no flag there. That was really aggressive, but hey, let him play. I love that, let him play. Braylon Pebbles just showing his strength off. The 3-star is ready to ignite a run for his team.
Story about Peebles as Napier's going long down the middle here. No one home for either side. And the Crusaders have forced a punt. Peebles was a pretty good wrestler as a freshman and a sophomore for the Crusaders. Last year, he had a shoulder injury from football that basically took him out of wrestling season. He got clear towards the end, but they didn't bring him in until the state championship. The state championship happens. He wrestles for the first time all year. He's been with the team, been on the sideline. He goes out there and he picks up some much-needed points in that championship match, and that allowed Gibbons to win their first dual-team wrestling championship with a narrow victory over Hickory Ridge. They needed every match to go a certain way, and they got it. Part of it was Peebles' toughness after having sat out the entire season with injury and not lined up correctly here for Mallard Creek. They're going to move 5 yards back. There's 6:53 left here in the third quarter. Again, that Talk It Out NC Fall giveaway, go to talkitoutnc.org. The mission is to reduce underage drinking by fostering open, honest, and ongoing conversations between adults and young people. And a pretty good kick there by Blevins, and Mallard Creek's going to try to get it before it takes another Gibbons bounce. So the Crusaders have the ball at the 28. Tyler, Crusaders have to feel good about the first 2 drives here.
I agree. They've limited Napier, and they've stopped the run. So you can't really head on much of what Gibbons is doing front-wise. They have to limit the open receivers. But other than that, they're doing really good.
Mallard Creek only 76 yards through the air. Kalen Napier's kind of taken over the starting reins throughout this game for Sam Cheeseborough. Lindsey, he's going to throw it, and it's caught for first down. And a Connor McGeehan going right over top of the defender. Little RPO action from Connor Lindsey there.
And that was the longest in-air throw Lindsey's had all night.
That will double his passing yards as well. As he's now gone from 14 to 28 yards through the air. McGeehan's second catch. First and 10, ball at the 44. Lindsey's going to keep it again, making one guy miss, and he's cut down near midfield.
Looks to be somebody's cramping for Mallard Creek. That is number 5, Chase Spellman. Heard his name a lot tonight.
Those cramps, they come for us all at some point if we haven't been hydrating. Some guys just get it more often than others. I guarantee, when we finish our last regular season game this year, and we're doing the HighSchoolOT game of the week, I guarantee somebody then will be cramping as well. It doesn't matter if it's hot outside or not.
Exactly.
We're going to, I tell you, on this drive, this is pivotal not only because Gibbons could take the lead on it, that's obvious, but McGeehan, or excuse me, not McGeehan, but Connor Lindsey, the other Connor, that last drive, something about that 12-yard pickup when he signals for the first down, showed a little moxie, kind of got everybody on Gibbons feeling good about themselves. And you see it there on that, when he took off for that 5-yard gain. Now, that was a tough run that I don't think he makes when he's thrown into the action, and in the back of your mind, you're wondering, hey, is Gannon okay? That all seems to be kind of out the window. The nerves are gone.
Right. Just letting Coach Wright know that he is A-okay out there.
Second and 5. This is Gorecki, his third catch of the night. He's fumbled the ball, but he's called down. He's called down. The referee here was right on top of it. Ooh, that was close.
Close. You know, if we had instant replay, maybe that would have gone the other way, but, you know, this is high school, not college, so it's going to be a third down.
The ball came out right after his knee at the ground, so very close to it. Pickup of nothing there. Lindsey, 6 of 11 passing, just 28 yards. We'll see if Mallard Creek, they're kind of backing off a little bit. I thought they'd be right at those sticks, trying to keep everything in front. Lindsey's rolling to his right on the design rollout. He's got a man open, first down, and then some. He is rocked, but a first down nonetheless.
And another name you've heard all night, Josiah Peters, laying the lumber there. Made Connor McGeehan pay the price for that first down catch.
I tell you, Connor McGeehan, third catch, that's a 10-yard pickup. He's become Lindsey's favorite target here. The ball is at the 42. Clock is ticking. We're getting close to the 5-minute mark here in the third quarter. In this top 10 showdown. Play action. Lindsey sets his feet, guns it into coverage, almost picked off.
And for once, he had a clean pocket. And Josiah Peters just made a really great break on the ball. Could have been intercepted, but, you know, next play happens.
Gibbons a little bit of a break there because that's, although again, you said he had time, that ball could have easily been going the opposite direction.
And with that track speed, he'd probably still be running right now.
Second down. Lindsey still got it. He takes a hit. He's trying to dump it off to Terry, but it's incomplete. And laying the lumber on that one, that time, Tyler, that's Askia Mustafa.
Woo! That was some heat off the edge.
A lot of times when they've rolled Lindsey, they do have the protection, but that time there was a guy coming free.
Right. And that's just the price you're going to have to pay in a naked rollout. And they've been rolling Lindsey out a lot, trying to use his feet to give him kind of an option on a pass play.
I have a timeout on the field. Gibbons is going to talk it out a little bit. We'll take a quick break, and you can talk it out with this commercial.
Raising kids is a roller coaster. Sometimes you laugh, sometimes you cry, but most times you wonder how your kid turned out so well. That's how. You did the hard work, made the right decisions, like talking about alcohol before it could be a problem. Go to talkitoutnc.org. Get resources on how to talk about underage drinking. So Mom, Dad, keep up the good work. It's worth it. Talk early. Talk often. Talk it out, NC.
Cardinal Gibbons still talking over this 3rd and 10 coming up. We like to remind you that tonight, once those scoreboards hit 0 all across the state, tune in to the High School OT postgame show presented by Talk It Out NC. That's at 10:15 tonight, or whenever this game ends, 10:15 or a little bit after this game ends. For once, our game of the week, maybe it's you, Tyler, but for once, it looks like our game of the week might not be the last game going in the whole state. We've had some late finishes all year long, but again, unless this one, we have a surprise, 10:15, you have Joel Bryan, Evan Moesta breaking down tonight's game, going around the state, talking to media members. Again, the High School OT post-game show presented by Talk It Out NC at 10:15 tonight, and all sorts of flags are coming in before this play can get started. It looks to be on the Crusaders. False start. So that 3rd and 10 that they just spent a timeout to talk about turns to a 3rd and 15. Does that trip you up at all, Tyler?
You know, 3rd and 10 is more manageable than 3rd and 15. 3rd and 15, you kind of got to go screen here, screen or run just to be safe. You know, I wouldn't do anything flashy, but you never know. Coach Wright knows more than me.
Mavericks are showing blitz, but they back out of it. The give is to Aaron Anderson. He's trying to go wide. He gets past the line of scrimmage, and he's cut down out of bounds. Probably about a 4 or 3 yard pickup, and it will be 4th and 11 now for the Crusaders, and they'll hustle out the punt team. So hard to break any run to the outside when you're dealing with a team that has some of the guys who have helped win 4 track championships in the last 2 years.
I mean, this speed is showing all throughout on every phase. Even the big guys are fast, and the shot put throwers.
So this punt has the ability to pin the Mavericks deep, but they're coming in, trying to block it. Winley gets it underway. It's a good one, it's high. Fielded inside the 10. This is Spellman. He takes it out, dropped it to the 19. Ball comes out, but he was definitely down. Definitely down on that one. 4 minutes exactly left here in the 3rd quarter.
And he got flipped on that play.
And kind of risky to field that. Sometimes coaches say, hey, whether it's at the 10 or maybe the 5, just let it go over your head. But he had the awareness to say, actually, I'm fielding this, even though I'm at my 6, and takes it out to the right of the 20, actually.
Cheeseborough back in the game.
You know, Mallard Creek last year, they were kind of alternating quarterbacks because they were having trouble finding a quarterback. I think tonight they've alternated because they can really do no wrong no matter who's out there. As Cheeseborough, a bowling ball that he is going to get 15, 16, 17 yards. As he just keeps moving that pile.
And that's not just because of Cheeseborough. That is because of the Mallard Creek front 5, led by number 71, Austin Ballo.
There's an injury down there. Someone.
Cheeseborough?
It's either Cheeseborough or Redmond. I can't see if it's 18 or 19. It is 19. It's Cheeseborough.
Cramps. And looks like.
Possibly a cramp. He was also kind of. It is okay. We'll keep it here. And so he'll have to come right back out. So a valiant effort. Gets one play, 17-yard run. May have to come right back out and hand the reins back.
And if you guys saw, Braylon Pebbles actually leaped into the pile, kind of like a Superman play. He kind of jumped what looked like to be really high up in the air to bring Cheeseborough down, but he was running like a power back.
Absolutely, and there was no doubt in his mind where he was going with it, and that is, when the hole was that gaping, you see what happens when you have 3 sophomores who are already getting those Division I looks. Gibbons' defensive line, Griffin Cockerham, has some offers. He's only one guy, and you have 3 guys who are moving multiple people out of the way. You really need to go size on size, and as the game goes along, gets deeper into the night, then fatigue starts becoming. You know, you're tired of leaning against that guy, or that guy leaning against you all night. I know you folks don't have the benefit of seeing the clock, so just so you're aware, 3:49 left here in the third quarter. If you're just joining us, Cardinal Gibbons star quarterback Gannon Jones, the all-time leader in school history in passing yards, injured his collarbone earlier tonight. He's out for the rest of the game and likely out longer than that. Took a hit, and it wasn't until a few plays later he realized how bad it was. Draw play, first down, and then some. Stretching it wide to the outside, that is Joshua Person, a huge carry.
Another one of those sophomores. They've got a double-headed monster back there in the backfield. And Naper's back in the game after Cheeseboro went down.
It's a 29-yard pickup for Person.
22 stuffed up the middle by a gang of Crusaders.
And that time he gets the ball again. And it's only back to the original line of scrimmage. Another run. And the Skylar Alston, the linebacker for Gibbons, making a play on that one.
And Skylar Alston plays the game with just some type of just anger. And that's what you need on the defensive side of the ball.
So Person got the ball 3 straight carries. He had a 29-yarder, and then his next 2 carries only pick up 1 yard. He's now exited the game, but now there's a false start. And so, come on, a quick flip of momentum, Tyler. They go from, hey, we're moving the ball great, to all of a sudden, you've got a 3rd and long, just because you kind of stay with the same back a couple times in a row.
Well, you know, good thing for Mallard Creek is they have 2 really explosive backs. So 3rd and, well, it looks like 14 maybe, is really nothing to them.
Napier's got it. He's going to look long. He's being pushed to the outside. He's going to just throw it away. Incomplete. Kalen Napier.
And
that's
they're
only
in that gray area again.
Yeah, I don't know if you punt here and it gets into the end zone, you've only saved yourself about 10 yards of field. So I think this is the right call here to go for it on 4th down. 5 wide for Mallard Creek.
Hard count definitely in effect for Mallard Creek right now.
It's a 4th and 15. Napier, his eyes are downfield, but he's going to take off with it. He's got a chance to get to the sticks. He's cut down short. And the Crusaders will take over as Alston makes a big-time tackle.
And although Alston's a sophomore, he seems to never get afraid of the lights, as he made a big stop on 4th down, bringing his offense back out.
That was kind of a play where Mallard Creek's like, you know what? Even if we don't get it, we're backing them up deep. It's inside the 30, but I tell you, it almost worked out for him. And Alston needed to get that one-on-one tackle to kind of save the Crusaders for the time being. 2:08 as they take over this drive, trailing by 4. Connor Lindsay's looking over the middle. He's got a man complete. It's Braden Karras at the 50.
First down.
There's another big throw by Lindsay as he seems to just, as the game goes on, he seems to get more comfortable with the offense and with the guys around him.
21 yards. That is by far the biggest completion on the night for the Crusaders. 1st and 10. Inside of 2 minutes here in the 3rd. Hand off to Terry. He is dragging a defender for a few more yards. He's up to 9 carries tonight. And the running game tonight, Tyler, hasn't had the explosive play other than the first drive, the touchdown run by Terry, but it's done just enough to have these longer, sustained drives.
You know, when you got Terry in the backfield, he's just going to wear away at the defense. He's a big back, and he's just going to keep pounding and pounding him, and he's not going to stop.
2nd and 7. Clock is ticking down to about a minute left. Terry is following his blocks. and a good tackle from behind because it looked like he had the sticks in his sights. DJ Bryant making that tackle.
And it looked like Matthew Harris spilled on the play instead of logging on those two pullers, which allowed Terry to scoot to the outside and get a good gain on the play there.
3rd and 2. Ball's at the 42. That's Griffin Cockerham, the tight end, in motion. Let's see if they try to run behind him. He's a really good blocker. And they will, but it's a bit of a counter, isn't it? Gets close to the first down. Forward Progress is going to have it.
Looks like it's going to be a first down.
And like we said earlier, Noah Terry's a big back, and he's going to keep wearing down this defense. And he might have gotten the break that they needed right here.
And as we mentioned earlier, Griffin Cockerham can play offense and defense. He's mostly focused on defense this year, but when needed, he can come in on short yardage situations as a blocking tight end. And he has absolutely cracked some people this year. The clock is ticking down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we are done with the 3rd quarter here at the HighSchoolOT Game of the Week presented by Alpaca Peruvian Chicken. Stay with us, folks. It's going to be a fantastic finish.
Raising kids is a roller coaster. Sometimes you laugh, sometimes you cry. But most times you wonder how your kid turned out so well. You, that's how. You did the hard work, made the right decisions. Like talking about alcohol before it could be a problem. Go to talkitoutnc.org. Get resources on how to talk about underage drinking. So Mom, Dad, keep up the good work. It's worth it. Talk early, talk often. Talk it out, NC.
Are you craving chicken? Download the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app to gain access to exclusive offers and earn rewards by eating the food that you love. New members who sign up will receive a free entree. Again, that's the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app. Taste their legendary flavor and homemade pride at 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. You can visit them online at alpacachicken.com and
All right, folks, sorry about the audio there cutting out, but we're back. Big tackle by TJ Bryant there on 1st down, making it 2nd and long. Lindsey's going to the air, and a great play at the last second, broken up by Dorian Daly. Boy, he had somebody out there, but that gap closed quick, that speed of Mallard Creek.
Daly just, a college next level defense right there. The pass breakup, and he had the lockdown seatbelt celebration after.
3rd and 15. So again, 1st down, TJ Bryant, big play when the Mavericks needed it, sack. And then 2nd down, they were going deep, and it looked like that was a really good throw, but an even better job of catching up to that one by the Mallard Creek secondary. 3rd and long now. And a false start, moving a little early on the far side. That was Hudson Van Dyke at the top of the formation, so that'll be 5 more yards back. Make this 3rd and 20. The ball now at midfield.
And if you notice, the Mallard Creek sideline has never gotten down. Anytime a big down happens, they're all jumping, and then you got the cheerleaders in the back getting the crowd going. They traveled deep for it being a 2+ hour drive.
Yeah.
So Mallard Creek faithful is here tonight.
Yeah, I will say that's a really good showing. It's hard sometimes to make that trip up 85 for these great non-conference matchups between Raleigh teams and Charlotte teams. Lindsey's throwing it long. Caught! It's a long pickup. It's not enough for the 1st down. Boy, that's a 17-yard pickup, dropping it in the bucket. It makes 4th and short now, 4th and 3.
And that was a great catch by Karras. The concentration, the toe tap, that is a next level play right there.
Just dropping it in the bucket, but like you said, the adjustment to bring in that catch. Wow. Let's call this 4th and 4 for the Crusaders. Mallard Creek, oh no, there's a flag. I thought Mallard Creek maybe called a timeout, but we have a flag instead. If it's on Mallard Creek, it's going to be a first down for Gibbons. And it is. Oh my goodness, on 4th down, they just gifted him the first.
And penalties both ways, giving teams extra life. Don't expect these from two powerhouses, but.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's the timing of the penalties sometimes. It's not the number of penalties that either team has racked up, but on 4th and short, the jump off sides, oh man.
Let's go, boys!
That ball's at the 29, 1st and 10. Connor Lindsay's growing in confidence. The longer he stays in there, the new starter for Gibbons. Griffin Cockerham in motion. He's on the right side now, but Gibbons to Terry. No, sorry, it is Terry. Helmet comes off as he loses some yards. There's a flag coming in. He lost a yard.
Mustafa in there on the play. Terry's helmet comes off. Might be getting a hand to the face. Face mask.
That helmet came off for a reason. The hand got underneath the face mask and the helmet comes off.
And penalties have just reignited the Gibbons sideline, the Gibbons team, and it's just given Lindsay that confidence as now they're in the red zone.
Well, if you're Mallard Creek coach Kennedy Tinsley, you're like, why now? All right, why now these penalties adding up and giving 2 first downs when this team, who looked like they had nothing going when getting used to a new quarterback, they're now knocking on the door here. Ball's at the 15, 1st and 10. It's Connor McGeehan on the side closest to your screen. Trips to the left for the Crusaders. 11:06 on the clock. They're changing up the formation here. 2 backs in the backfield now. Single coverage at the top of your screen. Lindsay, he's looking to his right, gunning it to the back of the end zone, and it's caught! Touchdown! Touchdown Gibbons! Connor McGeehan in the back of the end zone.
You call him out. And that was much needed, not only for the confidence of the quarterback, but Gibbons faithful is now reignited on homecoming as all the fans are now back into it, the sidelines into it.
My goodness, he stepped into that throw and just absolutely let it rip. And Connor McGeehan was on a deep slant back of the end zone, gets his feet in bounds. Flag here before this extra point can be taken, but with 10:52, Gibbons has the lead. It's on Mallard Creek, penalties decline. They'll kick the extra point here. 13-yard touchdown pass from Connor Lindsay to Connor McGeehan. And that is blocked. Extra point, no good.
It's blocked by number 41. We don't have a name on roster for him, but huge play for that kid.
So Cardinal Gibbons has the lead, but it's only a 2-point lead. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
Alpaca Peruvian Chicken is great at office lunches, team lunches, tailgating, and football games. Place your next catering order at Alpaca so you and your friends can enjoy the best rotisserie chicken in the area. Taste their legendary flavor and homemade pride at 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. Alpaca Peruvian Chicken, home of North Carolina's favorite chicken and a proud supporter of high school OT and football teams across the state.
Your child pours their heart and soul into their dreams.
You're so ready for this.
But underage drinking can stop a young mind and body from performing at its best.
Okay, everyone, it's time.
We're ready.
Make sure your star keeps shining. Start the conversation about the dangers of alcohol with tips at talkitoutnc.org.
We're back at the HighSchoolOT Game of the Week presented by Alpaca Peruvian Chicken. And this Game of the Week, boy, it delivers week in and week out. And right now, a top 10 matchup is going down to the wire. 10:52 remains. Gibbons is just taking the lead, and now they kick off. Windley's kick, once again, a touchback. Mallard Creek, that's such a weapon when you know the other team is going to start every drive after you score and have to go 80 yards on the next drive.
And he's got a real leg behind him. When he's not pressured, there's no problem in and out for the Gibbons kick game.
And it shows how impressive that Mallard Creek block team is, because they to put the pressure on Windley as a punter, to block the extra point like they did. I mean, the snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is good. It's not like anything else messed up. Mallard Creek, when they block a kick, it's because they are really good at it. We'll see if the 2 points looms large. As Mallard Creek's Kalen Naper is now in at quarterback. They've alternated quarterbacks throughout tonight. And the give and big yardage. Boy, that is Redmond. Xavier Edmond, excuse me.
And these sophomore running backs from Mallard Creek have such a bright future ahead of them. I wouldn't be surprised if you see these kids playing on Saturdays and Sundays in the future.
He got to the edge, looked like there's people over there to bring him down, but he just kept going. If it stands, and it won't, it's a holding penalty. They're going to bring us back. Mallard Creek's penalties on the last drive. They shot themselves in the foot on a 4th and short, and then the very next play gave another first down away. And now here they're backing themselves up 10 yards, so now 1st and 20 at the 10. They played a clean game for most of the night, and all of a sudden these penalties are a very bad time. Naper with 4 wide. And also this is the first time tonight where I think Mallard Creek's been pressured on offense. You have to score. Time is not on your side.
Yeah, and you know, they still got a lot of time. They can still run the ball. As we see what this penalty is.
So lined up offside on offense. A procedural penalty, those will kill you. First and Morrisville from their own 5. Naper, supposed to slant, knocked down, incomplete. Griffin Cockerham unblocked, belts that one straight to the ground.
And Cockerham has seemed to be the X factor for Gibbons tonight. He's making players on offense, big blocks on offense, and he's making these big, huge stops on defense.
Make it 2nd and about Morrisville here. 10:38 to go. The clock is of the utmost importance for both of these squads. As this top 10 showdown has lived up to the hype. I believe that's Edmond on the carry. He's pulled backwards. Forward progress will get him at least a yard or 2. An extra flag after the play. There's a flag after the play. The Gibbons players are pointing towards Mallard Creek.
And this would be fatal if it's another penalty on Mallard Creek.
It's dead ball, a late hit, personal foul, a little pushing after the play. Half the distance to the goal. They're at like their own 2 right now, or own 3. 10:23 remaining.
And you could expect straight run plays for the next few plays.
We know a lot of you have tuned into this one because it's a close game between the top 10 teams. I also remind you that tonight on HighSchoolOT, the post-game show with Evan Moesta and Joel Bryant, and the most up-to-date scoreboard in the state. Both of those presented by TalkItOutNC.org are absolute must-haves. So if you're a high school football fan in the state of North Carolina, the best post-game show and the best scoreboard. This is Naper rolling out to his left. He's going to try to run with it. Billy Turner's the first one there. He picks up about 8 on the ground, does Naper.
That's going to bring on 4th down.
It doesn't look like much because of where we're kind of angled, but that was actually a decent 8-yard pickup, gets him across the 10. And now, all eyes on making this snap and this punt as clean as possible for Mallard Creek. Ashton Blevins to kick it away. They've got a unique formation to kind of bring it in now. And they got 4 people back there to protect Blevins. But it's blocked! It's blocked and it's high in the air! Mallard Creek tries to fall on it. The ball is still loose. Gibbons is going to have this ball inside the 5.
And Braylon Pebbles makes what could be the play of the night. He's been making special teams plays all night, but this one proves to be the biggest one. And he's amped up on the sideline.
Oh my goodness, they had 4 guys up backs to help block, and still Braylon Peebles gets through. And oh my goodness, Mallard Creek last year in a showdown against Huff right here on HighSchoolOT, the punt block killed them. 2 punt bad snaps killed them. Special teams killed them. Their loss this year at Grayson, special teams killed them. Tonight, it may have given Gibbons a knockout punch. Still 9 minutes and 26 seconds left, but oh my goodness, that did not help things.
That power formation's in.
The give. This is to Aaron Anderson, I believe. He's stopped.
And this Mallard Creek defense is not going to lay down.
Late flag here.
The punch looked like it was thrown, possibly.
Hope nothing like that. But a little extra pushing after the play. I think some understandable frustration if you're on Mallard Creek, but you want everyone to keep a cool head. This would just be half the distance. Actually, no, it's going to be on Gibbons. Hard for us to see up here who does what, but this is, we talk about bad timing of penalties.
Yeah.
That's 15 yards backwards.
And that just crushed momentum. And still, it is goal for Gibbons.
They're back at their own 20 now. Both teams trying to make some subs here as Gibbons does not have to run power anymore. Mallard Creek getting their last defender off field just in time. Might have been a flag anyway because he was across the neutral zone.
Offsides, yeah.
He was also across the line when he finally exited the playing field.
Very. Oh, it's in the backfield. Or in the defensive backfield.
A flag may have come from a different referee, but I believe, and they're going to try to explain this, that's
too many people on the field.
The ball was snapped as one of the defensive linemen from Mallard Creek was still not quite to the sideline, so the lining up quickly.
Not enough people on the trip side.
Oh, they moved him in motion closer as Cockerham will help out Connor Lindsay's pass protection. Ball's at the 15. It gives to Aaron Anderson, makes one guy miss, and gets absolutely hit at the 10.
Aaron Anderson.
Daly just lays the boom and stops. That could have been a touchdown play.
Pickup of 5, however. 3rd and goal at the 10. The clock is now ticking down to the 8 minutes, 30 seconds.
If Mallard Creek is able to get out of here with just a field goal, you'd have to think that's just nothing but a win.
Absolutely, because 5 points doesn't do a whole lot. Lindsay keeps it himself. He gets a little bit of extra push inside the 5.
And the decision for Coach Wright, as it looks to be, he's inside the 5. And they're going to bring the field goal unit out.
It's down at the 4.
Doesn't even seem like it was a decision for Coach Wright. He immediately sent the field goal team out. We did see a fake earlier, though. We did see a punt fake.
That's right.
But I don't think Coach Wright's going to risk points here, being that they're only up by 2.
Different kicker into this game. This is Tucker Tolan, the sophomore. A chip shot field goal. It's flipped to Tolan. It's a fake, and he's running in there. Oh no, they're saying he's down.
Oh man.
They're saying it's turnover on downs.
Wow.
Turnover on downs.
I guess the holder's knee was still on the ground when he flipped it.
Oh my
And
goodness.
what a change of events here. What could have been a touchdown, they're saying I think the holder's knee was down. And that's a big mistake. Now Gibbons leaves the field with no points.
Oh my goodness, never seen that before. In high school, you have to get your knee off the ground. You can't just pitch it with your knee still on the ground. You do have to come up with it. And so the ball, they lost 5 yards.
It's a great call for the White Hats.
That was a great play design. There was nobody over there for Tolan, which might explain why he was in to kick it instead of Winley. Naper's running with it here on 1st and 10.
And there's another penalty flag in the backfield of Mallard Creek. And you have to think it's going to be a holding call. You have to think it's going to be a holding call.
Again, folks, if you're just joining us, this was a clean game for most of the first 3 quarters, a flag fest here at the end, and they've been crucial penalties. It is a hold. It will be half the distance.
There's another cramp happening on the field. This has got to be like the 3rd or 4th player to come down with a cramp, as we're going to take a timeout and make sure he's okay.
We'll take a quick break as well. Stay here, folks. High School T Game of the Week, living up to the billing once again.
Don't fall for the myths. Get the facts about underage drinking.
Myth. Teens bounce back fast and teenage athletes can perform just fine after a night of drinking alcohol. The fact is, alcohol can hinder athletic performance for up to 3 days, delaying recovery and causing long-term issues with muscle loss and weakness. But don't just take it from me.
Choosing not to drink as an underage athlete has really helped me significantly. I've been able to focus, keep my priorities straight, and it's helped me separate myself from, many other people.
Get more facts at talkitoutnc.org.
You want if you're a high school football fan. Top 10 matchup going down to the wire in the most unbelievable of ways. Cardinal Gibbons star quarterback Gannon Jones gets hurt on the first drive of the game. They take the lead on that drive, 7-0. But then they fall behind 14-7 at halftime. Backup Connor Lindsay gaining confidence with every snap. Get into field goal position. They make it 10-14. Then they get the go-ahead touchdown. The extra point block makes it 16-14. They block Mallard Creek's punt to take over inside the 10 on the very next drive, as this handoff is to Joshua Person.
And I got to give some love to the Mallard Creek front. That's number 66.
Official timeout.
Elijah Newton gets a big pancake.
And another injury. Oh, this looks like an injury, not necessarily a cramp. I hope it's a cramp, but we'll see. We'll keep it here, though. It'll be 3rd down and about 5, as Person did gain some decent yards there. But again, Mallard Creek gets that punt blocked. It goes sky high. It's fielded at the 5. Gibbons moves backwards for penalties, then gets it back to the 5. They line up for a field goal. They have a perfectly designed fake field goal, but the holder's knee did not come up off the ground. So when he pitched it, the play was dead right where he was. And that's why Mallard Creek has this ball pinned inside their own 10.
And that's why the refs get paid, because
Yeah.
I know I wouldn't have caught that. And I'm sure anybody else, obviously the Gibbons faithful, wouldn't have thought that.
You didn't see a lot of protesting on the Gibbons side. You saw a lot like, oh no, that's
Right.
that's unfortunate, but they know it's the right call.
Right.
I know you don't have the time on your screen, folks, so just so you know, 7 minutes and 2 seconds left.
Big 3rd down here. Mallard Creek in the first half was really good on 3rd down. Second half, not so much. They haven't been on the field much, but nonetheless, big 3rd down here.
Let's see what number 6, Griffin Cockerham, can do. He's come up big on the pass rush on key downs tonight. He's after Naper. The ball gets hit up in the air and is caught.
Wow.
Wrecked, absolutely wrecked. Is Price, but it's a first down.
Hit.
They're going to say targeting, but it's a first down either way.
Naper I don't even think he meant to throw that. And our receiver, the guy we were watching, Price, just makes an awareness play. He finds the ball, tracks the ball, and makes an amazing catch, and seems to have switched momentum to the Mustang sideline.
Austin was hoping to dislodge the ball on that hit. He didn't really go for the ball. He probably would have been the better play on 3rd down. I think he probably would want that back to get his head up and knock it out. But he's a linebacker, and the instinct is, let me hit this guy.
Yeah.
1st down at the 45 goes Mallard Creek. 6 minutes, 25 seconds left. Handoff is to Person. Good yardage up the side. He's got a 1st down and then some.
And he had a personal walkthrough with big number 71. Austin just cleared a path.
Yes, he did.
For our running back. And like I said, I'm a lineman myself. I got to give love to the big guys up front.
He could have worked for a professional moving company the way he was transporting defenders downfield. 1st and 10. They're in plus territory. 6:10 left in the game. Ball at the 40. Gives the Person again. Another good gain. It closes a lot quicker this time, however. It's actually only about 2 yards. How about that? He has 8 carries for 71 yards.
Woo! And he's only a sophomore. Like I said earlier, these Creek running backs are going to be special in the near future.
Yeah, having 2 guys the same grade who are that fast is quite an advantage for them. Something they were missing last year. McGill, he's getting pushed back into his own backfield. Trying to reverse field now is Edmond. Cut down and high into the air. It's a loss of 1, and we hope that the tackler's okay. Braylon Peebles laying his body out there.
Oh.
And we got to check him because I think he put his entire body out there. We hope it's not something in the upper body, but the reaction of the Gibbons players kind of makes me worried about what this one could be.
And I think Griffin Cochran is he's just tired. He's been playing both sides tonight, and he's just really showing his fatigue right now.
Braylon Peebles had the block punt earlier. He's also had a few big plays on defense, breaking up passes, coming in late and delivering big hits. One thing for sure, he plays with this reckless abandon, and he's starting to be helped to his feet. Or not, well, at least helped up, sitting upright. It'll be 3rd and 11 when Mallard Creek takes this next snap. There's 5 minutes and 19 seconds left here, folks. They're trailing by 2.
This game undoubtedly will come down to the wire.
Good to see Peebles walking off the field. Again, last year he had a lot of injuries. That's what caused him to really miss every regular season match in wrestling, but he was healthy enough and available in the postseason. He's keeping his helmet on, which I think is a sign he wants to go right back out there. We'll see if he's cleared. Either way, 3rd and 11 from Mallard Creek. The clock will continue to roll as soon as the referee signals, which he does. This sophomore, Kalen Naper, the quarterback, has played well tonight. He's going to give it on a long mesh and stop. That's Person with a carry.
That was still a great run and leads to a 4th down, undoubtable decision that they are going to go for it.
4th and 5. Actually make it 4th and 6.
And this is the biggest play, J. Mike, of all of the game so far.
Gibbons has 2 timeouts remaining. Mallard Creek has all 3 of theirs. The snap, Naper to the flat, the Person. There's a tackler out there. Can he get the 1st down? He does not. He does not. Gibbons will take over.
And 4th and 5, and you throw it behind the line of scrimmage. I don't really know what Naper was thinking, but, you know, Naper's only a sophomore, so another sophomore mistake, and Gibbons capitalizes. But Mallard Creek's defense has been playing really strong.
I think the coverage on that side was really good for Gibbons. The only thing open was his safety valve, and you just hope he can make some guys miss, which he can do. To be fair to Joshua Person, he makes the first guy miss. but knocked out of bounds. A lot of defenders are there, well defended by Gibbons, as if they kind of knew where that play was going before the snap. 1st and 10. Again, Mallard Creek has all 3 of their timeouts. Gibbons has 2 of theirs. The ball is at the 34. The give is to Noah Terry. He is stuck after about a yard or 2.
First contact by Spellman again. You've heard Spellman's name a lot throughout this broadcast, and he is laying lumber and stopping the run.
Tell you, Mallard Creek, their conference schedule begins next week, and they're going to need some heavy hitters when you're taking on West Charlotte and Independence and Butler. Chambers, again, in their MEC Power 6. Every school except one has won a state championship in the last 20 years at the highest level, 4A, 4AA. 2nd and 8. Gibbons, it's no longer about Lindsay gaining confidence. It's can they win this game? And wow, shooting through the gap, unblocked. A big loss. Askia Mustafa. We've called his name a few times. I think Mallard Creek may be close to burning a timeout here. Let's see if they do.
Mustafa was fired up after that play, and rightfully so. Mallard Creek needed that tackle for loss, and they got a big play from Mustafa.
So it's not as bad of a loss as it initially appeared. His forward progress was stopped for a loss of 4. So that makes it, yes, 3rd and long, 3rd and 12, but not, it looked like it was going to be 3rd and 15 or 15 plus. Ball is at the 31. They need to make it to the 43. There's 3 minutes and 38 seconds left. Cardinal Gibbons is ranked 4th in the state. They lost their starting quarterback tonight. Not a good injury. I mean, Gannon Jones, his arm in a sling. If they can beat a top 10 team like Mallard Creek, who last week defeated Myers Park 20-13, that's another top 10 team. If Gibbons can hold on here with a backup quarterback, that says a lot about how this team can rally and a lot about how much they can withstand adversity. Lindsay, he's going to put it in the air. He's going long. There's single coverage out there, almost intercepted. Boy, Karras had to play the role of the defensive back on that one because he did not have the positioning on that.
It could have almost been an offensive pass interference as Karras was grabbing the defensive back number 5, Chase Spellman, was grabbing his arm, making sure he didn't make that play. Spellman's also back to return.
Mallard Creek has tempted fate a little bit in the return game tonight. They've muffed 2 kicks, but fallen on both of them. Evan Windley is back to punt. The Mavericks, I'm sure, they're rushing 9. I'm sure they're going to try to block this. They've been close tonight. Windley from his own 18 gets an underway. High punt. Boy, that's a good one. Across the 40, fielded. And pushed out of bounds at the 34 or 33. We'll wait for the spot, but 3 minutes and 25 seconds left now. Mallard Creek has not scored this half. They have 3 minutes and 25 seconds to change that, or else they're headed back to Charlotte with a loss.
And that's a long drive back.
But they will have some Alpaca Peruvian Chicken. Fill their bellies along the way.
Makes it all worthwhile.
I gotta tell you, if you haven't tried it, Tyler, you gotta tell me if you're green sauce or yellow sauce, okay? Gibbons, they would be both because of the school colors. Napier, pump fakes over the middle, complete, 1st down. He kind of hitched it a little bit, had to bring it back, and it didn't hurt him at all.
He thought about it. He almost paid the price for it, but the offensive line for Mallard Creek holds tight.
What a big 17-yard pickup that time from Kalen Napier. It's the give to Edmund. Shoestring tackle helps bring him down, stopping his forward progress. Skylar Austin, the sophomore.
And Braylon, good for Crusaders fans, Braylon is back on the field and looks to be his former self.
Mallard Creek has run the ball 36 times tonight, 228 yards. You'd think they'd have more than 14 points, but again, this is just great football between 2 great football programs. Napier on the draw. He doesn't get much past the original line of scrimmage, maybe a yard.
And here's another one of those big plays, J-Mike. A 3rd and 9.
The clock is down to 2 minutes and 24 seconds left. There's a Gibbons player injured, so they'll have to do an injury timeout here. Try to get somebody off the field. We talked about the size disadvantage Gibbons had in the trenches. They have a second half shutout when we thought, hey, they can wear you down in the second half. That's huge. That's huge for your confidence going up against any team that you might see along the way. Because I tell you, when Gibbons goes in that 7A playoffs, it's tough even on the east side because you've got programs like Cleveland and Clayton and Southeast Raleigh who Gibbons just defeated last week. It'll be a tough battle there.
And it's all led by Griffin Cockerham, Braylon Peebles, sorry.
Official timeout.
Official timeout. We're going to keep it here, however, folks, because I know you want us to stay here because there's 2 minutes and 23 seconds left for the High School OT Game of the Week presented by Alpaca Peruvian Chicken. Again, next week, our High School OT Game of the Week heads down to the coast where Ashley takes on Laney. It's our first trip to Wilmington this year. That's next Friday, 7 p.m., live High School OT Game of the Week. And there's another player who's kind of struggling to make it off the field. I believe that's Alston.
And that's bad news for Crusader faithful, because Alston's been making some huge plays all night.
So just to catch you up on what else we have coming tonight on High School OT. Of course, you have stories, interviews, highlights going up on HighSchoolOT.com. At 10:15, the first thing you need to know is the High School OT postgame show. That's hosted by Evan Moesta and Joel Bryant. That's presented by TalkItOutNC.org. It starts at 10:15. Unless we go to some crazy amount of overtimes, that should start on time at 10:15. Again, the High School T postgame show. Also, the High School T football scoreboard, which is also presented by TalkItOutNC.org. That is being updated as we speak. It's the most up-to-date, accurate scoreboard in the entire state. The best post-game show in the entire state. All sorts of media members joining tonight, including myself from this one, because why don't you want to talk about this one?
It is loud in here.
3rd and 9. Naper rolling to his left, throws, he's got Price.
Wide open.
All alone.
And the track speed may get him there. And he's gonna score.
Unbelievable, 49 yards, no flags.
And that just struck a hole in Crusader faithful as they shut the sideline down. But there is going to be an unsportsmanlike penalty because Price did spike the ball in the end zone. We cannot do that. But a huge touchdown for the Mustangs.
My goodness, 2:06. 2:06 left.
Mavericks, I'm sorry, folks. Sorry, Mavericks faithful.
My goodness gracious, I cannot believe they had not scored in the entire second half, and then they hit a 49-yard pass play. The speedster Price is somehow uncovered coming through that, I guess, zone defense there, find a soft spot.
And it looks like they're calling out, they're going for 2 here.
You
Possibly.
do the math, 1 only puts you up by 5. That does nothing. So you might as well bring out a unit to go for 2.
And I'm an offensive lineman, like I said before, and I just got to give a shout out to the receivers downfield blocking, because without them, Price would not have gotten in the end zone there.
My goodness, and I do wonder if what the Mavericks talked about, because Price hasn't been found in the second half.
At all.
And then all of a sudden he is wide open and free. Boy, that was a great, and also just a good mesh by the sophomore quarterback, Naper, pulling it out to his left, and he's just been calm. He's been calm if he's under pressure or if things aren't open at first, and I think his patience allowed that play to work.
And this Mallard Creek team is super, super young, and the fact that they're this good right now just proves that they're going to run 8A for a long time.
Certainly no picnic in 8A. You've got Huff. That's no longer in Mallard Creek's conference. You've got Myers Park, who they played last week. You've got West Charlotte, who's in their conference. West Charlotte is a defending champion. They won the 3A title last year. They're all the way up in 8A this year. as we move from 4 to 8 classifications. My goodness gracious, folks.
And now, all the pressure lies on the soft or the backup quarterback for Cardinal Gibbons. Connor Lindsay is a senior, but doesn't have much experience. Coming into tonight, he had only thrown 1 pass on the season. So in 2 minutes now, you got to think, is he going to lead his team to victory?
Also, we'll see where their starting position is. And I tell you, Gibbons really wishes that they had that touchdown back.
Yes.
If you're joining us really recently, you would have missed this, but Gibbons did a fake field goal, pitched it to the kicker, Tucker Toland, who ran it in. But the rule is, if you do that kind of a fake field goal, the knee needs to come up off the ground. The knee didn't come off the ground, so it was down for a 5-yard loss. The 2-point conversion does not work. Billy Turner unblocked with a sack. So a touchdown, which Gibbons needed anyway. That's a game winner right now with 2:06 remaining.
And folks, this has the making of a movie storyline. As I said earlier, the backup quarterback will have to lead the Crusaders to the end zone with 2:06 remaining.
Connor Lindsay, 10 of 19 passing tonight for 89 yards and a touchdown.
Talk about a game of the week.
Absolutely. And for Gibbons, yes, you're kicking yourself. That fake field goal would have worked. Obviously, that would have been tremendous. But Mallard Creek, some self-inflicted wounds. And here's one. The spike on that touchdown celebration is assessed on the kickoff. So this kickoff, and Mallard Creek has had a lot of bad penalties only in the fourth quarter. They played a clean game up to now. But they're now kicking off from their own 25. So Gibbons, with 2 timeouts and 2:06 on the clock, will have a short field. Fair catch is called for by Peebles at the 35.
That's great field position.
And it takes no time off the clock.
What you have all been waiting for. The game of the week comes down to what we think is the final drive of the game. Mallard Creek faithful traveled 2+ hours. They're amped up. Cardinal Gibbons, homecoming night, they're amped up.
Some schools try to get homecoming against an easy opponent. Some schools just do it in September no matter who's playing. This is certainly one of those where if you came here for homecoming, you got to see a fantastic game. It's Lindsay, first down, strike to Hudson Van Dyke.
Smashed on the play, but he took that hit and threw a dime for a first down, and he got out of bounds.
He's over the century mark now. And it also stops the clock with 2:01. Ball's at the 46. Trips to the near side. Mallard Creek showing blitz, but they've backed out of that a lot tonight, and they do it again. Lindsay, throw it to the right side, too far. Miscommunication between him and Braden Karras here on this side. Clock stops with 1:57.
That was almost very costly. We cannot have miscommunications in this last drive.
Injury time, I think it's another cramp there.
Spellman, who we've heard his name a lot tonight.
Great Mallard Creek. I tell you, we talked about Mallard Creek in the trenches, but those defensive backs have been probably what's impressed me the most tonight. Spellman and a few other guys. Daly, number 10, some big hits. So Gibbons kind of, by virtue of this cramp, and we hope it's just a cramp, I think it is, gets another time to kind of talk it over a little bit. That first down strike, a little out route right past the sticks, that's kind of perfect. You want those when you're trying to mount a comeback here. And it's interesting, Tyler, we started this game talking about Gannon Jones. And then in the first half, we're talking about, Connor Lindsay and just how deflated the sideline for Gibbons looked and trying to piece something together. And all of a sudden, we're talking about they have a legitimate chance to score here because Lindsay has shown you enough And he's gotten the team has bought in. You saw the confidence just continue to grow on the Gibbons sideline. I should also point out, Gannon Jones is well liked. He's not just a good player, he's the team captain. So that injury hit hard to kind of get everybody back and focused on, hey, let's win this. That's hard to do, but it's all that anyone in the green and gold are thinking about right now. 2nd and 10. 2 in the backfield. Play action. Under pressure, Lindsey's got to throw it up there, and pass interference is going to be the call. Pass interference. The ball being underthrown on the hit works out for the offense because defenders were keeping, I believe that was Hudson Van Dyke, from going back to the ball.
And they're talking about this. Mallard Creek is saying he tipped the ball. If he tipped the ball, I think that takes away from the penalty.
Hard to tell. Did he tip the ball, or was it just fluttering because he got hit?
That's what they're talking about right now. The white hat saw it the best. Seems he'll make the final call here.
At first blush, for me, I thought he was hit as he threw it. I think it was tipped. I don't know if it would have had the same trajectory. And it is a 15-yard penalty. It will result in a first down. That's one where your defense is playing good, but it works against you. Actually, defensive holding, so not pass interference. So instead of the 15-yard variety, it's 10. They did keep him from getting back to that ball. That only took 5 seconds off the clock, folks. We're at a minute 52, first down at the 44. Gibbons needs a touchdown. Lindsey, he's got time. Gun it to the right, really high and out of bounds. Too tall for anyone. He's second down with a minute 46.
And Lindsey his pocket is collapsing fast, so he has to make these some game-altering reads with pressure all in his face.
You want your guys to take a deep breath, not let the moment get too big, but let's face it, this is a big moment. Lindsey sacked. Big loss. Big loss. Loss of about 10. A.J. Henderson on the sack.
And we haven't heard his name a lot tonight, but A.J. Henderson comes up where it matters most with a huge hit on Lindsey. And Mallard Creek is amped up.
This will be a third. We're going to keep it here through this timeout, folks. A minute 33 on the clock. The ball is sitting right now at the 47. They have to make it across midfield to the opposing 34. So 3rd and 19. Gibbons scored the first 7 of the game, lost their quarterback. Mallard Creek scores 14 unanswered in the second quarter. Takes the lead into halftime. Gibbons gets 3 in the third, and they get 6 in the fourth. Mallard Creek with an incredible touchdown with about 2 minutes left. A 49-yard touchdown pass with 2:06. And now it's set up this final drive. A minute 33. The Crusaders are going to have 2 plays to get the first down. As they roll Lindsey out to the right, he's going to throw it long. Too long for anybody. Incomplete.
And once again, Lindsey is pressured. Back in the backfield is number 0, Matthew Harris, one of those edge rushers we were talking about earlier. And number 58, Anthony Cook. Both seniors and both making impact plays. And Mallard Creek is getting hyped up on the sideline.
Boy, if they brought the pressure a lot tonight, I'm sure they're going to bring it here. There's a minute 28 left. He just didn't look comfortable rolling out to his right on that one. Would have to throw that one across his body to complete it as well. 4th and 19. Timeout. Mallard Creek, they can't take them home with you, so they're going to use them as they kind of look at what Gibbons has in the pre-snap.
Correction. Timeout. Mallard Creek.
But they can take home some of that Alpaca chicken.
That's right. Alpaca Peruvian Chicken always delivers. The game of the week always delivers. That's why we're all working together this year.
Here we go.
Folks, Gibbons is ranked 4th in the state. That's of all classifications and associations. Mallard Creek is ranked 6th. Mallard Creek has already defeated Myers Park, which is also top 10. So tonight would give them 2 top 10 wins going into next week, where they have to face West Charlotte, who is another top 10 team.
A gauntlet.
Absolutely.
And what more could you have wanted from a game of the week? This 4th down is the biggest play of the game, and what you got to think is the biggest play of Lindsey's career so far.
Absolutely, and if Gannon Jones is out for a considerable time, this is his show.
The moment.
All right, folks, Gibbons to stay alive. Lindsey guns it. The ball is tapped up in the air, almost caught, but it falls incomplete. And Mallard Creek will take over with 1:22. Gibbons has 1 timeout, and that will not be enough. The Mavericks are going to go back to the Queen City happy tonight. A touchdown with 2 minutes and 6 seconds left should hold up as the game winner after they have been stopped all throughout the 3rd and 4th quarter.
If this holds final, this Mallard Creek team, this is a huge win. They come into enemy territory 2+ hours away and shock the number 4 team in the state.
For Gibbons, as you see victory formation here, for Gibbons, obviously, in the weeks to come, they have a bye week next week. That's only going to help get Connor Lindsey some reps with the first team as he's poised to kind of take over here if Gannon Jones is out for a long period of time. And again, folks, it kind of hurt his arm. Doesn't look good.
Timeout, Gibbons.
The storyline will be, what can Gibbons do when you lose an ACC quarterback? A lot of teams can't handle that, but I tell you, they rallied with Connor Lindsey tonight. And they almost had another touchdown, that fake field goal that was called back, just looming large as the clock has been stopped with 1:21. But we're a few kneel downs away from that to being all zeros. Meanwhile, on Mallard Creek's side, they started this game with Sam Cheeseborough. He kind of won the job outright during week 1, a big win over Rolesville. But tonight has been the sophomore, Kalen Naper. Part of that is Cheeseborough took some big hits, but this guy's got some promise. He throws a little sidearm action. He's been dropping in some passes, and he was really poised with the game on the line. So Mallard Creek with a lot of positives to take out of this one, plus the win. Gibbons, I think you saw a lot from your team. The injury is really the most negative takeaway, but the way your team responded in the second half gives you those morale victories that coaches aren't really interested in. But I think if you told most people, hey, your ACC quarterback's going to get injured before he completes a pass tonight, they would not like their chances of staying strong. Gibbons is going to try to rip the ball out as Mallard Creek runs with it.
22 carry at the middle. Again tackled by the Crusaders.
Carry of about 10 yards there for Joshua Person.
And I want to repeat that Mallard Creek came to Raleigh, came to the capital city on Gibbons' homecoming, and has completely silenced the crowd.
They had him silenced in the first half. It took a lot of Gibbons, big plays and some key penalties in Mallard Creek to bring them back into it, bring them back to life. 3rd and 5 here. 40 seconds and still ticking. The play clock is down to 5, 4. Another handoff. He gets the first down. It's over, and he does, and it's going to be over. Gibbons is trying to get a fumble out of this, but they don't.
22 with a big carry at the middle.
So officially, we could put this game on ice and put it away for the night. That puts Joshua Person over the 100-yard mark. Mallard Creek with 415 yards of total offense, 20 points to show for it. A lot of tough runners.
That'll run out, official time.
And that will do it, folks.
16, Mallard Creek 20. Let's give it up for both teams.
I am J. Mike Blake. For Tyler Clark, who was fantastic in color analyst tonight. For our camera guy, Zach Adams, we thank you for watching the High School OT Game of the Week presented by Alpaca Peruvian Chicken. We invite you to tune in tonight to the post-game show presented by TalkItOutNC.org with Evan Moesta and Joel Bryant. And stay with HighSchoolOT.com all throughout the night as stories, interviews, photo galleries, highlights get posted. Plus, on top of the state's #1 post-game show, the state's #1 scoreboard presented by TalkItOutNC.org. Thank you guys for watching another classic Game of the Week here on High School OT. We'll see you next week down at the coast with Ashley at Laney.